Doing that.
I think the volume is down on the chin. Stream is live here, folks.
Swish, kick us off in right now. Just tweeted it.
Folks, good evening and welcome back to Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Folks, Thursday evening, we have the Man Jose Sharks hosting the Edmonton Oilers. A lot on the line tonight. Joining us, well, maybe the most powerful man in all of hockey media, Paul Bissonnette.
Bissonnette. Tummy sticks.
Yeah, slapping around. Hey, give me a little on the rib there. What's up, brother? How you doing?
For everyone that is wondering why Swish called it Man Jose, well, there's a lot of dudes in San Jose.
Tons of dudes.
No disrespect to the Duke community. Good to be here. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. This is unreal. And we have puck drop here right away in San Jose.
Yeah, folks, if you're following on, we have
pump the chat.
Yeah, pump the chat.
What we say. And the Chicklets world. Pump the chat, everybody.
And we appreciate, obviously, Paul Bissonnette just came out with his new cologne, Rode de Pine. He is joining us straight from TNT, right off the tarmac of Phoenix Sky Harbor, right to the couch. Boys, we have one of the biggest games of the year so far. 19, 15, and counting as we follow along in this game.
Now, Swish.
Can we talk about San Jose's jerseys? Like,
unreal.
These are.
You like them, eh? You like that mint teal.
I just think they're top tier. Yeah. I really like the look. I think they're very clean, and I just love the color.
Yeah.
It gives you that throwback vibe, and it's very California. I like it.
Sure.
You almost forget you're in Northern California for a second. You think you're maybe on the Baja Strip in Cabo down there, maybe a couple of fake sets right next to you. But, it gives you that tropical vibe that makes you forget that you are getting taxed 60%. We're going to leave politics out of this.
I just love the clean shark logo, too, Duclair.
Oh, Anthony.
He's got him.
He's got wheels.
But Biz, oh my God, he absolutely stripped Darnell Nurse. Oh my God.
We got action early, baby.
Holy jumping.
It's a San Jose kind of night.
Oh, they're humming.
Oh my God!
Did Skinner save that?
Yeah, he saved the third one. There's
right on the goal line there, and oh my God!
I don't know. It looked like it hit Darnell Nurse or the post.
Holy Pepperdine University right there.
Believe it or not, the Oilers let up 3 rebounds in that play. But we're gonna get back to the action here.
Here comes McDavid.
McDusty flying down the wall. Biz, but early you can tell this, this game means so much to both of these teams. Obviously, Man Jose trying to extend their, their winning streak to 2, and Edmonton fighting for their lives. And Woodcroft's going to have them going. I mean, they're going nuts out here.
As far as San Jose, I think they know a lot of people are watching this game, so they won their last one, so they're thinking, hey, we got a little mojo going here, boys. Maybe we're not taking ourselves so seriously and getting a little bit loosey goosey. It was Darnell Nurse.
It was Darnell. Good stick, fella. We're paying you 9 and a hook. I mean, you better get it done, right? Holy fuck. You got to do something out there.
Hey, at least
You know what? I'm not worried about the Oilers' top 6. These guys have been in the league for almost a decade. They're going to get there. You know what makes me a little bit nervous? That Oilers' bottom 6, I think they have 1 goal combined, and we have a whistle here. I don't know.
Penalty here? Do you think a team like San Jose last night, Biz, like they win a game on Tuesday, are they going right to Santana Row in San Jose and having a couple like, boys, fuck, we can kind of kick our feet up? Or are they like right back to the drawing board? Because they're not expected to be any good. You know what I mean? Like
it's like the Dallas Cowboys. They used to have the White House days where on Sunday nights and Mondays, that's what they would crash. I mean,
the old stabbing cabin.
The
old stabbing cabin, Michael Urban. Oh my God.
Stabbing cabin. I don't
think
that's
a weak call there.
You know what I think they did?
Yep.
I think they probably went to like a locals version of Cactus Club.
Okay, yeah.
Stare at
sure. Get a set of fake cans in your face as Edmonton goes to the power play here.
I mean, folks. You said it. You said it, right? I didn't.
Right. Yeah. So
he said it.
Yeah,
so everybody knows.
Run that back for a second. Just confirm who said that.
That's 93.
Frank Sarin Spaghetti.
Oh, here comes McDusty.
Oh my God.
Tonight, folks.
Early power play for the Edmonton Oilers. That's a little bit scary if you're the Man Jose Sharks. Evan Bouchard, a guy that replaced Tyson Barrie last year on the point. He has an absolute howitzer, Biz. Even Gucci,
love him.
Do we like his game? I think he can
35,
fire the pole. He looks pretty good up there, right?
I think he's making $4 million. I think he's a $4 million defenseman.
Yeah.
And you know what? If he can take it to that next level, then pay him more. I thought it was a perfect bridge deal.
Yep.
Although so far this year, probably hasn't performed to the standard in which he performed last year.
Sure.
But hey, I think everything's off right now. So give it a little bit of time, but not a huge, strong financial commitment from the team. And hey, I think they got other guys back there making more that aren't contributing as much, right? So
yeah, I mean, Edmonton's a little bit off right now. It's kind of like when your bird goes to Cabo for a week and she comes back and things are a little bit off, and maybe she whacked another guy. You don't really know, but things are just quite not the same for 4 or 5 days. But we're gonna get dialed in here.
Well, you get over it because of the comfort.
Yeah, of course. She makes a good pancake.
Right, she's a nice lady.
She cleans.
The fridge is stocked.
Yeah, fridge is stocked. Here's our
as we get back in the game, Evan Bouchard, the look, and he's paired up with Ekholm. That's a great pair in my eyes. I hate to see Barry leave it. As McDusty turns it over.
72 barreling down.
His head.
Skinner says, I don't like you, but I respect your moves.
Jay Woodcroft absolutely just shit in his Banana Republic slacks. You have to think that there's a little bit of shit.
Yeah.
A
little doo-doo, especially his 97
He's wearing a Benz tonight.
He's
got a diaper on just to get the slot machines.
This episode of Hockey Night in Scottsdale is brought to you by Depends, the official diaper of Jay Woodcroft tonight as he just shit his pants because McDavid turned it over on the blue line. We get back to the action.
This is fun.
Oh, my God.
You know what? You know who I'd really like to see the score tonight is Derek Ryan. I mean, he's an absolute journeyman.
Oh my God!
Battles through the jungle, Derek Ryan.
Oh yeah,
battles through the jungle. He's got not that many points this year. I think maybe one.
All those guys.
The whole
Derek Ryan, Derek Ryan's a guy that had to go overseas.
Here comes the Young Bucks and Gagne. How about Gagne right now?
Sammy Gagne signs a 2. Yeah, he goes on to Bakersfield, lights it up, goes back.
Money right now. He's fucking probably made 60 million.
60 million, 1,000 games. He's got a silver stick in his closet.
He's hitting on 16.
Here he comes. Oh, he's sniffing the net.
You got to think San Jose is feeling themselves tonight.
I feel like Donnie, every time he has to go down to the jungle, he plays about 3 games, has 6 points, and then just comes right back up. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's amazing what.
But I'm telling you right now, this feels like the Super Bowl to San Jose. If you guys have been watching, the building has been completely empty. This is a half-full arena. They have a half chub right now. They're ready to go. All they need to do is score a goal. When you get rubbed up, the half chub.
A little rub, maybe a little tug.
Yes, we can actually do this.
I love that.
I think I can.
Yeah. You know,
that's
you're
like
right.
me
Sure.
saying I think I can after a night on the Woodford on the rocks. It's me and a bird saying I think I can get it up, but at the end of the night I don't. Shout out to
the hard stuff.
No way.
Yeah, the Brown will put you down.
That's when you need a 10 milligram to get her going. Swing again.
Yeah.
Well, hey, how are you?
Mike Hoffman gives this away.
Even a nice 5-er would do nice.
Yeah,
5 and change. 10.
Yeah,
unless you want to boner for 3 days. That's if you go on a boys trip. You just do like a 20 and then
everyone's in the sand bunker.
Yeah,
you motorboat.
It's going to be hurting on the skinny jeans. It's going to be hurting on the skinny jeans, and it's going to be like
out in South Carolina. How much the chip
through the rag and bones?
Oh, yeah. Hey, the what's it like? The dry aged denim.
Oh my God, like a dry aged ribeye fella on the bone.
Yeah,
hold the ribeye.
Anyways, we're back to the game, folks. If you're following along, we have 14-22 and counting as Cody Ceci tries to strip number 72 from the San Jose Sharks. Is unsuccessful.
Shout out to Cody Ceci. I'm tired of the slander. The guy has 600 games played. Like, this is ridiculous. Listen, folks, we have 245 games played on this couch combined, and I just want to say, with that resume, that Cody Ceci deserves more respect as Drysdale sends it back north. Sends it back north. And
he's a lunch pail guy, right? Makes his standard 4 a year. Going to beat it up the yellow a little bit. No, he's not the problem. He's not an analytical darling, but who is, right?
The Fogue Daddy in the corner.
Fogue Daddy.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You better be getting your foot in the way and blocking it if you're that guy.
Yeah, you better. Yes.
Get the guy from in going.
Wearing a few on the chin a year or two.
Yeah.
You can go in there and just fake it.
Bleed for me.
Yeah, just bleed for me.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Making it look mean.
Show me you want it.
Does a guy like Thomas Hertl, is he just going to ride out this 8-year deal here, Biz, or is he the guy that could maybe get moved? I mean, holy fuck. Are you really going to lock it in for Man Jose? Are you saying
no. Hey, but I'll say this. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but like things can change quick. I think Vlasic's coming off of this deal.
Vlasic's coming off the deal, but you still have a guy like Couture making 8 and a hook.
No, but he's injured right now.
He is, but
I
want to stay there?
Yeah, he's definitely on the back nine, right? He's on the back nine.
15 or 16. He's a great player, though.
Yeah. The thing is, it also gets how desperate does like a team like Boston get?
But they would have to chew on a little bit of that salary, to take on a guy like that because especially at the center ice position.
Yeah, it's just so hard now for teams to take any type of
there's
salary.
no money. Yeah. Can you eat Mike Greer down to like $5 million and he eats $3 million? I don't know, but he's a player that I still think has a lot of game. I mean, Tomas Hertl's a 94 born player. He's only 29 years old.
You hate to see good players' careers get wasted, and that would be one of them if this happens. For the next 2 more years after this.
But as a team like San Jose, can they turn it around and show a little bit of promise in terms of, you look at the Anaheim Ducks, they bring in a coach. He is a little bit of different, he starts harping on guys, playing the right way. He's a little bit of a hard ass. Is this a team that could maybe do that if they get the number 1 overall pick?
Yeah, well, that Celebrini. I don't know much about college hockey, but Witt swears by him. He swears by him. But remember, you're not always guaranteed.
Right.
We were just talking before we came on about a couple of these drafts being very weak drafts.
Right.
If you were drafted in my draft year in 2003, you could not miss. Yep. We got Hall of Famers in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds. It was crazy.
Yep.
I think 25 guys in the 1st round hit. There might be 15 guys in the 1st round our year that played 1,000 games. That's fucking bananas.
That's a lot of silver sticks.
That's a lot of silver. That's why this stock went up.
I mean, you're going to dinner with these guys. They're coat checking their silver stick, and you're sitting there like, I'll be at the bar. Yeah, I'll take a Fresca.
I'll take the Appies.
I'll take the Appies.
Whatever you give me.
They'll dust off the
arms to the poor.
Yeah.
Arms to the
Who was in that 03 draft? Was that 85s that year?
85.
Yeah, that was a legendary draft.
Shit,
that
was the Costitans, no?
I guess the point I was trying to make though is things can change quick. Especially if you get a number 1 overall, if they get this kid and it pops,
and he pops.
Then all of a sudden you have Hertl. And look at Anaheim. Fucking, I don't know how it's all going to go, but I'll tell you what. If Anaheim hits a few more picks, they got Tavish. They got fucking Perry's a good piece. This fucking Russian kid defenseman.
Even
is Siegenthaler. Is that the kid's name? A silky defenseman?
It's something like that. Don't quote us on
Zellweger?
that. Zellweger, yeah.
The chat will know.
Yeah. But even, then
it's up to the chat.
Yeah, they're saying the audio is bad. Were you in the Costitans draft?
The audio is bad?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Sorry, chat.
I don't know how to fix it. We're going to have to. No, you guys keep going. I'll figure it out. No, they can hear us. It just sounds like we're in a big theater, which makes sense. Yeah. Audio is fine. All right.
Stadium Arcadium over here. Folks, anyways, if you're following along in the chat, we have 12:30 and counting over here.
Who's bitching about the audio? Huh?
Audio.
Shut the fuck up.
You got to feel for a guy like Anthony Duclair. You know what I mean? He comes over from Florida, over in Fort Lickerdale, wheel and trim. You come over to a team. I don't know. I'm hoping Anthony Duclair, you feel for a guy like that. It is.
That's a kick in the dick.
Even though he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this contract in a year,
And he was so close with his team. I mean, he's a great guy. Everywhere he goes, his teammates love him. But you go on this run and you really bond with the guys in Florida. And didn't he have he scored 30?
Yeah, he scored 30.
He tore his Achilles, right?
He tore his Achilles. He came back, got a picture with Kodak Black, and all of a sudden was running again in playoffs. I mean, even like a guy like Huberdeau there, you can tell that he left his soul in Florida. You feel for those guys, right? Because it looks like they had a good thing going.
Duclair had a nice trip. So he had a beauty of a goal the other night.
Yeah, he did.
I tend to judge it too on who you're playing with. Like if he could put up 22 goals on this team, I think he's a great addition at the deadline because I think this is the last year of his deal.
He's not making crazy money either. 3 and a hook, maybe $3 million.
That's an unbelievable deadline ad.
Yeah, he would be.
He's a guy who can get hot.
Yep.
Because when they made their run with Florida, he was in the lineup, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. He came back. He was playing really well. He was playing on that 2nd or 3rd line with Reinhart buzzing down the wall. Yeah, he was a great player.
Yeah, he was making plays.
Yeah, he was a lot of pull-up plays from the Dookie. He's always got
That's outside. That's coming back.
Hertl still uses that red CCM from 2007.
Yeah, typical Czech guy. I mean, no disrespect to Czech Republic, but they're about 3 or 4 years behind. They don't have internet yet.
This Kalen Addison's playing over. He came over from Minnesota, a nice little young player, a defenseman.
Oh,
you gotta throw the body there now.
Yeah, it's getting physical. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Fogel down the wall, shoot it. You're not a passer, fella.
Blackwood's.
He had a hell of a game last game.
Both goalies are standing on their head, man.
They are.
This is an absolute battle. The puck gets in deep, and Stuart Skinner goes.
Stuart Leonard Skinner.
No relation to Jeff Skinner, folks, who's on a 9x9 with a no trade clause until 2050. And we get a stop and play here by the Fogue Daddy. And is that Barabanov? Oh, no, he's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's got great flow.
I love talking shop.
Yeah, it's great. But how about a guy like, if you're looking at in terms of the San Jose Sharks, aka the Man Jose Sharks, like a guy like David Quinn, does he even have like a chicken dick's chance with this team? Is it a fair evaluation? I mean, you got to win more than one game, but it's hard for him to really evaluate what he has when you have a start like this. It's tough to evaluate a coaching staff.
Yeah,
right?
I think your job becomes, especially with a young team, you got to use your veterans to get through to the young guys about how to properly play the game. Like,
right.
Where like risk and reward, like you got like that's why like sometimes these veterans are so valuable.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
like, even from like a how to carry yourself off the ice perspective. So Quinn's job becomes teaching the game and like being able to think the game. And the younger the league gets, it's just the game was a lot slower product.
Yep.
And maybe it's not as fast and skilled, but guys understood position and where to be and not running around and better defensive zone structure.
Yeah, and I think even Biz, we keep going back to the Ducks, or at least I am, but like you bring a guy like Killorn over and Gudas, like those guys, they don't go unnoticed, right? No. Like those are veterans that know how to win. Killer, 2 mugs, played in 3 Stanley Cup finals. And that's a guy, you might have to overpay him a little bit in the back half of that contract, but he's a guy that you bring in and he's like, he knows how to win and he can instill that culture. You just have that different swagger, I think, if you're a winner.
Yes. And I think that like smart veteran players like that understand how to stay connected in the middle of the ice.
Yep.
And eliminate a lot of risk and simplify their game. Like, and then also like a guy like Gudas, like it doesn't hurt that he adds toughness. He's physical. He's able to pinch guys off. And
I mean, that's a clean hit from behind. Come on now. But I think Gudas. I would love to see Gudas on a playoff contender.
Yeah, like how do the Maple Leafs not go get a guy like Gudas?
And he's not the guy accidentally on purpose getting out of the way of shots. He's
he's an absolute garbage disposal back there.
So this was kind of a shit call, wasn't it?
This right here?
This is just old time hockey to me. You see the numbers, hit them.
Yeah, and as we go to commercial break here, folks, get at us in the chat here. Maybe we'll take a question here. If you have a question for Biz, Bob Bucci, or myself.
How's the audio?
Good. I think it's good now. They said it was bad, but the thing about San Jose too, you want those veterans to teach the young guys how not to trip on the heroin needles in the streets of San Francisco.
Yep.
You walk out in San Francisco, you might get your window, you might get carjacked. You want guys like Logan telling you where to go, how to go, how to protect yourself in public, how to avoid heroin needles.
That's how you get the quick feet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like doing the ladder.
Doing the ladder between all the opioid addicts. Well, anyway,
you're doing the icky shuffle.
The icky shuffle.
Oh my god, yeah, it's like a cholla cactus jumping at you.
But no, getting back to Radko Gudas, I love watching him in the playoffs. He's an absolute menace. I mean, those are the guys that you need. We talk about it all the time. I don't like seeing guys get hurt, but I wouldn't mind seeing a guy get elbowed right in the head in the playoffs every now and then.
He's a guy that brings it, and especially he's stepping up and out, and he knows where that chin is. You know what I mean?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to sit this one out.
Why though? Like, with all due respect, I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
You're saying like a guy gets an elbow to the head and he comes back and he's fine.
What do you want
the consequence to be as a guy laying on the ice?
No. I'm saying Gudas has that playoff mentality that you want. Like, not literally elbow somebody in the head and
not going full Trouba.
He has that kind of wires crossed. No. I'm not saying that's.
We're not talking full Trouba.
No, not full Trouba.
I just want to know where we were.
Never go full
Trouba.
No,
that's why I preface it with I don't want to see guys get hurt, but I need to see Gudas on a playoff team. Like I want to see that physicality in the playoffs. Yeah.
How does a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs not go and try to get that guy?
Gudas is the guy who's like it was like Rafi Torres. It's like everybody. You just say it. Yeah. It's like you read the safety manual. It's like guys.
Yep.
We don't need to say it, but Rafi Torres, third line.
Yep.
If you're out there against him,
change.
No. if you're gonna put your life on the line, just keep your fucking hat out there because he would come through. Have you ever seen some of Rafi Torres?
I would watch him on YouTube all the time, drinking with my buddies late night.
You ever see the picture of him in the neck guard?
He was a human torpedo.
He's a legit gangster on the ice. It was insane.
You ever see the picture of him in the neck brace?
I know.
Oh my God.
We got McDusty, folks. If you're following along, we have 8:25 left in the first frame. McDusty massaging it on the left flank. Oh my God. Winning to Hyman on the front side there.
Hyman's contributing this year. see it. He's one of the guys who's kind of living up to the contract.
He's a bull in a china shop, man. He'll score 20 to 30 a year, no problem.
Guys, this might be Edmonton's San Jose's game. If they can kill this off and get the first one, I think the first one matters more than anything in this game. I mean,
I agree. And I think as long as San Jose can kind of hold Edmonton off the score sheet, make them feel not great about their game, I mean, they're going to go into an absolute Richard panic just because of their coach, the whole situation. I think, if it's a low-scoring game, that only benefits San Jose.
Well, you saw what happened when they got the first goal last game. I mean, they rode that thing the whole way.
Oh, yeah. Rode de Pine. Oh,
I think if they don't score in the PP here and then ends 0-0 going into the one, I'm already intrigued at the fact that this could end up not being good for the Oilers.
Right. Like,
do you think that Woodcroft could get the axe in
mid-game? Kenny Holland's calling him down. Hey, fella, pack your shit. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Hey, buddy, we didn't get your first class on the way home, but we did get you the exit row. Enjoy the extra 6 inches.
Yeah.
Shout out to my ex.
A guy like Nugent Hopkins, the sneakiest 100 points last year, maybe in the whole league. Like, that was crazy. He had 100 points.
Sneaky hundo.
Like, how do you put up 100 points and nobody talks about you? I mean, that's crazy. Obviously, people in Canada a little bit, but like in the U.S.,
he was just kind of the beneficiary where he was the middle piece on the power play. Yeah. I think he had 60-something power play points.
Yeah, he did. He was that bumper spot.
Oh,
Darnell.
I gotta say, man,
full strength. Okay, Sharks get the kill. This is a big shift.
Oh my God! Look at Kaner back in Gretzky's office, just
absolutely in front of the jury.
In front of the jury,
dude. Let me tell you something. Mackenzie Blackwood looks like he's in top form as when he was healthy with New Jersey. He looks composed in there. He's not overplaying the puck.
Yeah,
he's sitting in there, and he looks a little dialed. He dialed that game. He faced a lot of rubber last game, just like my ex. And he was literally sitting in the paint, not moving first. He's letting the shooter make the first move. And I'm going to hand it off to you here.
I was going to say, get this guy a Magnum sponsorship because he's absolutely facing rubber. That was a great breakdown. I don't even know you were watching the goalie until now, but yeah, he does look good. He looks calm.
That was a great one.
I was going to say, he looks calm, cool, and collected, as you said. And
it's his paint,
So like he's a big frame. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Right.
I think he had injury trouble, and then at a certain point, I feel like maybe what was going on between the years wasn't helping in New Jersey.
Right, those goalies, you never know. It's like a kicker, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really know.
The restart, and it's probably good that he's going to see a lot of rubber this year. Can't hurt to get all your reps.
Right, yeah, 50 sogs a game,
and your expectations aren't really there.
Right, less pressure.
They know you're good. Hey, at least the save percentage stays okay.
If you can keep,
I guess.
If you can keep that save percentage right around 900 for him, that's an absolute win.
I mean, I think
that is a win.
Let's say you let it.
Oh my God,
get it back to 910 with all the rubber you're going to see, and fucking
910 would be unbelievable.
You're good
and that's the thing, though. Not only does the organization know, everybody in the world knows you're about to get Julius peppered. So if you let in 4 on a night,
doesn't matter.
You got to think that he's facing 40, 50 shots.
Right.
Like you guys said, he's getting his reps in. I like the position for him.
How about the Leafs? I think the first time maybe in their history of their team or in a while, first 7 home games of the year, they've allowed at least 4 goals.
Yeah, that's
not perfect.
That's fucking brutal. Not perfect. At home?
I mean, I know you called out their whole defense would rightfully be so. Oh my God.
It's awful.
Oh my God.
Like what?
That was a picket fence outside of a Subway.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the problem with Toronto's D. I'll say it right now. They're not focused.
But also as a 5-man hole, they're not. They just open up so many holes.
Right. But they're not paying attention. You got to keep your head on a swivel, like walking out of the rub and tug. You don't know if there's going to be a raid. You kind of got to look around. They're not doing that on the back post.
If anything, just peek a little outside, one eye.
Yeah. Make sure there's no cops.
And then head on a swivel.
Only paying cash.
Maybe go out the back door.
But yeah, exactly. But it's too easy for other teams to get in the middle of the ice right now. That's
it's weird though.
245 games played combined on this couch, me being 0. I feel like isn't it too easy for the other teams to get into the middle of the ice?
A lot of penetration.
It's deep and hard. Biz, it's even weird how their coach has to like defend like Klingberg, who's like, we have to, protect him a little bit better. It's like, dude, you should be having to protect a guy that's played 10 years in the league. I know he's not the best defensively. It's a whole weird thing there where I don't know what they do. I mean, because you have a lot of the same kind of defensemen.
I'll say this.
Why are we saying that about a guy that's played 10 years in the league? You got to protect him. It's not like he's a first-year player.
If he was playing 5 minutes of 5-on-5 a game and playing 9 minutes, but the fucking power play was coming at a ridiculous rate, he'd basically be number 6 and he'd be useful.
Right.
At $4 million, no.
That's what I mean.
And as a guy who's played as long as you just said, bro, like there's like no compete in it either. No, it's not like he's bending his bend your knees, bro.
Yeah.
Bend your knees and
act like you want to play.
100%.
Yeah, it just seems like he just wants nothing to do with any confrontation out there defensively. I don't know. It's weird to watch a guy like that play because I know he's had a couple injuries. He's had a hip surgery, this and that. But
so that's
you know,
what I heard. It
why
was.
he's not moving as well. Is he not as confident?
His hips are brutal and he can't move. But then it's like, fuck, man.
Right.
Do your research. You should know. Were you not watching all last year?
Right. Yeah. And he's the guy that came over from Anaheim, got inserted in Minnesota, was actually getting scratched a little bit in the playoffs, too.
Clingy?
Yeah. I mean, secure, right? Hips don't lie. It's just, I don't know.
So he went to Anaheim. I think he made what? $7 million?
1 year deal. Took 7.
1 year deal. And I'm like, okay, this guy can go prove himself, snap it around.
Yeah.
He'll get picked up at the deadline. Maybe he ends up on a team who goes 2 or 3 rounds and he ends up getting, 5 times 5. No, man. Here he is making 4 on a 1 year.
1 year deal. I mean, he might be out.
He might be out. It might be done.
It might be.
And honestly, I don't know how many people we got in the chat here, but
quite a bit.
I've got confirmation from a few people that it's true. I heard
800.
800 people. Fucking A boys.
Right. That's around. Yeah.
Well earned. Fuck you. It's all of us, baby. We're a team. I heard that he turned down like a substantial number.
7 by 7.
I heard it was in that range, and you're just like, oh my God.
So why do you turn that down?
Like no state tax. Good.
Because you got a bad agent. You got a guy that has an ego.
I don't know who makes the call. You think you're going to go to free agency and fucking
especially in this economy?
It's bad advice.
That's got to be bad advice, no?
And honestly,
but what could you really get on the open market?
And I'm not trying to fucking like. So from a mental health perspective, you almost wonder what that has done to him.
Oh, a lot.
Right.
So
that's your whole value.
That's what I couldn't fathom is like, oh my God, like I made this horrible decision and I've left $40-50 million on the table.
Right.
And you're just like
100% rattles you.
That's
and you might be playing.
I'm a little choked up when I lose 400 at the blackjack table, boys.
Exactly.
I don't know how I feel about 40 sheets.
I'm looking at the bank statement after a $200 night. This guy's got 40 on it. It's like, oh my
God.
God.
The guy in the Indiana Pacers, you hear about that guy? He turned down $80 million. And he ended up
Vicky Oladipo.
Making what 1/8, dude.
Yeah,
and he's never been the same since. It's got to be a lot of it is mental.
I just think you get in the house at a comfortable number. I mean, what's the difference between 50 and 60 at that point? I mean,
nothing.
You can make that.
And if it never works out, it's just bad advice.
Right. You can get as many hip surgeries as you want. As we go back to the game, folks, 5 minutes and counting here. If you're following along, we have 4:54 left in the first period as McLeod sends it down the wall over to Ekholm, who gathers it in the right corner of the San Jose zone.
Play-by-play action here.
Oh my God!
65-hole Blackwood closing it.
Look at how composed.
I like how you guys snap it around like that, eh? You like doing the play-by-play?
I love it.
A little bit, yeah.
Kenny Albert has a different voice for the play-by-play as he does as a human. I'm sure you know that, but I listened to him on a podcast.
I'm Kenny Albert.
About it. He's like, I have a radio
you
persona.
Turn it on.
Yeah, low and slow, I guess.
Find your cadence.
Who do you think the best play-by-play guy is in the league right now? Is it Kenny? Or is it John Forsling? There's
I think the Kenny, Edzo, and Bush crew is like that's the
right. But Kenny's the play-by-play, Edzo's the color, right? And Bush is between the glass.
And I think Kenny's awesome. I love it. I think he's got a great cadence and voice.
I just think it's hard that Doc Emmerich was my favorite. Mike Emmerich.
Yeah, he had that voice like a warning catcher's mitt,
it was
right?
so quick too.
It was so kind of like ingrained into hockey for so long, and he's a goat. He's
like a catcher's mitt you run over with a 1984 Chevy Silverado. Anyway,
a lot of warning catcher's mitt as somebody on the Sharks ices the puck down to the hunt.
A lot of warning catcher's mitt. Folks, we're talking Arby's roast beef 2-for-1 special. We're talking missionary
meat hook, folks.
Are we talking missionary again?
Slurping on the meat hook.
Oh my God! Coming out with a little
like
Swiss
5-cent candy.
Oh my God! A little fondue on the action.
Yeah.
How are you?
Not even Halloween either.
No cheese.
Oh, my melting pot. Jan Ruda.
Let's stick with the chocolate.
David Quinn's whispering to his assistant coach, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do here, but we need the first goal. I think, listen, if the Sharks, I'm going to say this right now, live on the air in front of all 800 people in here. If the Sharks get the first goal, they are winning the hockey game.
I like that. It's a bold play with 53.
It's kind of lame covering your mouth as an NHL coach, like you're calling plays in that.
Yeah, like you're not Brian DeBoll in New York. You know?
Like you're not William Belichick.
What are you saying?
You're Davey, I mean, you got a great haircut, but I mean, how many people are really watching this game?
let's win this next draw.
Yeah, we got.
That's a good point. Why is he
Code
hiding
red.
his mouth?
Code red.
Yeah, we're running D to D off the wall. Okay, yeah.
I'm turning over like a bunch of
like the other coach is staring at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird move. I've never seen a hockey coach do that, actually.
It's kind of weird that he knew the camera was on him. He maybe have a good video guy back there, chopping it up for him.
You never know, man. I mean,
folks, as we have 2:53 and counting in the first frame here, I believe that's Brett Kulak massaging the rock behind the net, hands it off to Darnell Nurse. I hate that set breakout, man. Just going to throw it up the wall.
Chip it in.
Chip and Chase.
That's not what we want to see here.
Chip and Kelly Chase.
Oh, I want to see a muck fest. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
San Jose's hanging in there, man. I'm telling you right now.
Number 83.
Edmonton is 13 shots, but I'd say 0 high danger. No, if we're falling wrong here, I know I'm on the piss a little bit, but I haven't seen a high danger chance yet.
No, I think that only high danger chance there was like the first or second shift where Darnell Nurse had to kind of bring it off the goal line there from San Jose. I mean, power play hadn't looked perfect. I don't know.
How do you guys feel about Mike Greer saying that if nothing happens, we're going to change that? Wouldn't you be saying that around game 5 or 6? Like, why did he wait till 0-10? No disrespect to Mike Greer.
I think. I mean, I'll chime in. This Biz can go after, but I think you have to be patient with a team that you probably willingly know is going to be really bad, and then you're like, all right, man, like this is horrible right now. Like we haven't won a game. Like something's got to happen. Otherwise, I'm going to start trading guys, or I don't even know what you do though to really start with a team like this.
Who gives a fuck? You're trying to get
the first overall pick, no, right? Like, aren't you selling your ownership on that?
You know what he probably went. You know what he probably went in instead? Team card, boys, go have a night.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let me
get the black card.
Keep getting pumped.
If everyone chips in, maybe Kevin LeBanc can join us, as he famously took a 1x200K after scoring 60 points.
No, but listen, you're trying to establish a culture, and you're not trying to get speed bagged, and you want to be competitive. It's okay to suck and be last in the league and still put a respectable product on the ice.
Right.
I think what part of the message was too is apparently the owner was not happy, and attendance has been awful.
Yeah, like 7,500
overall. Like, hey, like this to me, this is a good scene right now. It's a good game. They got
oh my God!
And they are up 1-0.
Man, Jose
Thomas Hurdle with a pass. Who's number 20?
I have no fucking idea. Is it Eklund?
Nobody.
Mike Greer is rock hard right now, folks.
Oh yeah, they just showed him. I love when they go up to the GM box.
Mike Greer has an absolute bonus. Hurdle is going to, with his red stick from 2006, send this out to number 20.
That was actually a sick dish.
Yeah.
Right in the wheelhouse.
Edmonton is now looking for trade options for Draisaitl as they take a what are you going to do there? This is what I'm talking about, though. This is what I'm talking about. He's wide open, head on a swivel. No, watch this.
Yeah, Nurse kind of leaves his, or who's 55 there? He kind of, he vacates the slot there. And, I don't know. A nice little dish though from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle, though.
Unless you are a Hispanic woman at the bar talking to me, that's one thing you don't do is leave your man. And that's exactly what 55 did in the slot. And now San Jose has a 1-0 lead with a minute left in the game as number 14 Ekholm misses the net and hits the Jersey Mike's logo. Shout out to Jersey Mike's. Gave me food poisoning a week ago from the lettuce, but we're not going to talk about that right now. And who is that? Mike Hoffman? I don't even know who. Oh, it's Ekholm. No, it's Kevin LeBanc.
Man, I'm just thinking, I'm getting nervous if Edmonton they lose this game. I know we still have about 40 minutes and counting here to play, but Jay Woodcroft. I mean, like you said, on those Dockers, there's got to be a little bit of a shit stain right now going into the second period and trying to get your guys going for what we like to think is a must-win game.
I mean, there has to be a little bit of a skid row.
Who scored that goal?
Zetterlund. No idea who that is.
I came over from Jersey. Right?
Yeah, and that Timo Meyer trade.
Where are you from? New Jersey?
Zetterlund?
Yeah, Zetterlund.
Next accent. Where are you from? New Jersey? Austria. How about the Austria League? What's your guys' take on the Austria League? You guys know anything about that? I heard it's a fun league to play in.
I never played
the Austrian League. Not sure. Just was in the Swiss Fondue for a little bit, but I think it's an okay league. I would say probably a lower tier league in terms of, you have Germany, you have Sweden, Finland. I think it's a beautiful country though, Rob. Right? You can ski in, ski out.
That's what it's all about,
right?
We have 10 seconds remaining in the first period as San Jose takes a 1-0 lead with 6 shots on the cage here.
It's Blackwood playing, right?
Yeah, Blackie.
He looks great, man. At this point, I'm signing this guy to a full rink DPHO, 15 by 15.
I forget, is Mike Hoffman on this team?
He is.
Is he playing tonight?
68. I don't know if he's playing.
I haven't seen him on the sheet.
On the roster.
That Fabian Zetterlund, yeah, he came over in that Timo Meyer trade. Young, promising player. Actually played against in the jungle when he was playing for the Bingo Devils. Decent player. Not sure if he throws, Rob, but
I'm not sure. But folks, we're going to take it to the chat at intermission here. I'm a little bit drunk, but we're going to try to read the chat and anything you guys are going to say, comments, questions, concern. Great first period by Man Jose. And I think Edmonton is in a bit of trouble here. I mean, you're trying to be a team that's contending for the cup. You have to get out in front of a team that's 1-11. I mean, listen, I am a guy with 38% body fat on the couch, but at the end of the day, you got to jump out front on this team. I mean, this is inexcusable right now for Edmonton.
Yeah, I mean, Bob, I think we're just three assholes sitting on the couch here live from Hockey Night in Scottsdale, but I just think that Edmonton right now going into the second period, I mean, you need a little bit of good juju in terms of like something to build on. And you're going back to the locker room again, kind of feeling bad about your game. You know what I mean? You need something to get you going. You need something to kind of build off, be positive about. And I don't know if Jay Woodcroft can really say anything that positive now to tell his boys like, hey, we're in this game, because again, they're down 1-0.
I don't think they're playing horribly.
No,
so it's like you can't.
But what do you say to him?
What do you say,
Reg? What'd you say to him?
What do you say?
I think you say, hey, a little bit better here, a little bit better here. Stick to the process. Hey, yeah, they got one. Let's fucking go here.
Let's relax a little bit.
Relax them a little bit. I go back to last night. They had the game from Washington, Florida.
Yep.
And Washington was speed banging Florida out of the gate. And Paul Maurice did an interview halfway through the period. And he basically, it was like, yeah, slow start. He goes, well, I'll get him going here. We'll be fine. I'm going to get him going right now.
Right.
Like loosely, but he's going up and down the bench. Being like, all right, boys, come on, let's get her going here. Let's get her going.
But Paul Maurice is the guy that has 25, 30 years of veteran experience of his team. They had a good year last year. Is Jay Woodcroft, does he have that kind of moxie or patience when he knows his back's against the wall?
I love moxie.
I would imagine that. I would imagine that you probably pay enough attention that you would realize that if you're supposed to be in that position, you would realize that that's how you probably should try to handle situations. Like it's not easy to be a coach. Like I couldn't be a coach.
No,
I don't have those tools in my bag. But if you can't understand that and know how to maybe massage your players, well, you got to kind of be whatever it is whatever the buttons the coach is pushing to the players.
Right.
If it ain't working, it ain't working.
Yeah.
Like I joked about it on Twitter, but like, what if you threw Daryl Sutter in there?
I think they're
straight up the farm.
I'll tell you one thing. Their defensive game would prove immediately.
What are you gonna do, dude?
You're bringing him from Viking, Alberta into the mix?
No, listen, it'll never happen.
You're right up the cattle farm.
And part of me is just saying it to stir it up. But I'm telling you, it's like,
didn't they try that with Ken Hitchcock? Sorry.
No, they did it. They brought him in LA. The fucking players in LA hated him. But who gave a fuck? He told them this is how you play and operate if you want to win, and he did it twice. Even if by the end they wanted him gone, they hate him, they couldn't stand him, and they're in a full-on mutiny. It's like whatever buttons he pushed, he pushed the right ones.
Kind of like Bruce Cassidy. Like whatever, I know inside sources per Elliot Friedman, Darren Drager, and Frank Sarah Spaghetti. There's guys that had a lot of animosity with him, but at the end of the day, like he's coaching teams that have winning records.
And Paul Maurice has a long shelf life places, and if anything, last one, he walked out on Winnipeg. He's got a big shelf life.
Yeah, that is true.
He's easy to work with. He doesn't wear on people. He just he's a high intellect, and he handles things in a very classy way.
He's the guy that I would love to play for. He's been in the league since he was like 20 years old. He came in as a coach for the Carolina Hurricanes. I believe he was coaching in Windsor before that in the OHL. But Paul Maurice seems like a guy that I don't know. I just think you need that coach that never really looks flustered behind the bench, no matter what the storm is. And to me, Woodcroft, and what the fuck do I know? I'm sitting on a couch as a guy that doesn't play anymore. But Woodcroft to me seems like he gets that furnace face going a little bit. He's kind of, he panics a little bit. I don't know. Is the leadership good enough in Edmonton to will this team out of there? Or do you need to change a bench boss if they ultimately win, or lose this game and maybe a couple more?
Let me ask you guys this from the chat. Quenneville.
Oh, so I don't think they would clear him yet, guys. And that's just like my honest opinion. And
Why? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but on a serious note, like I don't know what the full details of anything, enough of it all to even comment on whether I think it should or not be. So I just have nothing to say on it. But
and they're back in the news now too with Chicago,
and I think that there's an opportunity to give somebody else an opportunity to figure that out. Like there's other good coaches out there, maybe ones that don't have experience, and that's what's difficult now is to find guys. You have to give new guys chances, and you just keep recycling all the same guys.
Right? Yeah.
And these guys just got older and older and older.
I think you got to really dig deep, and they obviously. I don't think you fire him now until you make a. You got to be thinking about it for at least a couple weeks. I mean, you can't just bring in a guy just because Woodcroft isn't working out. I mean, you have to really figure out if you want to recycle a guy, if you want to give a new guy a new shot. I mean, look, we're in the prime of a couple of your star players. It's got to be right the next time you do it.
I think it would have to get uglier than losing tonight for them to fire him.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. I agree.
I think that you'd probably give him another 3-4 games, because then you're on like they lose tonight. It's like high alert. Okay, listen, we're at the basement now. We're the laughing stock,
and we're literally in San Jose at the same time, which makes it way worse.
Can we use this as something to galvanize from the group perspective? I mean, you were the St. Louis organization where you guys were fucking the laughing stock.
I mean, I was on that team when Mike Yeo got fired. Then Robbie Bortuzzo beats the wheels off a guy like Zach Sanford in practice. Chief gets hired, and then those guys go on a run, right? Like,
it's stupid.
It's a team that was in the. It was a team that was in the basement, and then all of a sudden they bring in a guy like Binnington right after the new year, and it changes just like that. So, Biz, what you're saying, I agree with you. You have to be patient with it because shit could change just like that. Imagine if a guy like Jack Campbell goes down to Bakersfield, he somehow finds his game, which he very well could because he's a hot and cold type guy. Yes. And you know Soupy. We won't get into Soupy enough, but he's a guy that
why not?
Well, his confidence could be in the basement, and tomorrow could be up
so that's what I'll talk about on the podcast.
Right?
He's a guy I played with where when he came to us, he was a first rounder in Dallas, and he's completely lost his confidence in his game.
He was in the East Coast League.
And then he came over. We traded for him, and he worked with a goaltending coach named Dusty Emu. And this guy, I honestly, they should go fucking hire this guy to help Soupy. And he was he was just one of those goalie coaches where he got through to Soupy and he built back his confidence up. And he was fucking excellent in Toronto. Like, he was a good goalie. He's back to that place again where it's like, mentally his game's not there. And I would imagine that for anyone, that's your livelihood, probably affecting you personally, right? Yeah. So I just want him to fucking go and back down there and get his confidence back up. And I know, and I've seen that he's done that. Yep. So I know he's capable from going to the basement to the penthouse.
He has the talent.
He was an all-star the year he was in Ontario.
Yeah, he was.
He went from being a fucking East Coast League goalie to an all-star in the AHL. And then he was a great backup in LA with the Kings for a few years there.
Very good. Yeah, with Quickie. And then, I mean, he was an NHL All-Star that year that he started off in Toronto and had a great start to the year, kind of tailed off a little bit, then found his game back in the playoffs. But I mean, he's an NHL All-Star goalie. I imagine probably that contract's probably weighing on him a little bit too.
The problem is,
for sure,
you never want to be the guy making too much money.
No, you don't.
Jeff Skinner, yeah.
You don't want to be.
But he's also a guy that like really wears his heart on the sleeve, like
he's actually shut me up.
The last couple of years he's done all right. The year before, or was it just last year?
Oh no, he's making me eat my words. It wasn't last year. The year before that, I was like, this guy's on a 90-year, no move, no trade, no anything.
Oh, I know. I think everybody was thinking that was going to end up.
Ugly. Actually, nails. He came back and like
he's making me eat my words. I respect the hell of it. I want guys to get paid. I think everyone knows my stance.
Yeah.
I love when guys get paid, but also back to your point about Jack Campbell. And you two can speak on this. It's insane how much people don't realize the mental aspect of the game is. Like, here's a guy that's an NHL caliber goalie, but
all-star.
There's mental barriers, and he has to get over. I hope he does, but it's fucking crazy. Like,
another thing too. It's like another guy. I can't imagine what Huberto's. He's going through right now.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
You go to Miami, you're driving a Lamborghini to North Beach. You're seeing a couple of chicks with bolted-on boulders.
Tampa Bay bolted-on tips.
I call it.
Hospital
tips. Wholesale, baby.
Yeah, wholesale.
And then you go to Calgary, and everyone's wearing a North Face.
Buy one, get one.
Scooters,
Buy one,
you go from driving.
I can't imagine looking at a proper balcony for years, and then you go to Calgary, and it's just like you're shoveling the driveway.
Can we get a couple funky questions from the chat? Let's see if you guys know. If it's so easy, you guys do it. Ask a couple questions, bitch.
Did someone chirp us in the chat? Listen, I'm wearing shorts with a suit on. I have nothing to lose. So if you have a question,
some fucking guy eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew.
I was gonna say, I got
a Mountain Dew. Did not give me a sponsorship.
Got a half Windsor knot on. Yeah.
Jump on and we'll fucking talk shop. See if you can keep up.
Biz, can Tampa go deep this year?
Oh, always with that core. And it's like, okay, so backs are always tricky. So Vasilevsky got back surgery, from my understanding, right?
Okay, yep.
Anytime you're doing surgery on your back, like I had a couple herniated discs. I never got surgery because they said once that happens, the risk high. But let's say all things went well and he's back and fresher and he gets his game back. Absolutely. Because all they did was fill in these other pieces. I really like the Hagel ad and what he brings to the lineup. I mean, Cooch is Cooch, point's point.
LTIR,
Stan was on a contract year, so you know he's fucking going.
Why didn't they give him a deal before that?
So they just need their goaltender back. That's it. And as far as their back end, so Cernak's in.
Cernak's in.
I love Cernak.
Cernak's nasty.
Edmund can play 30.
Edmund can play. He should
hold the men.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's just playing a little too much.
You know who I really like? A sneaky guy back there, and I think he's maybe a number 5 on their team, or that Darren Radish, who has played a little bit in the American Hockey League. I like his game. The more I watch him, he's silky back there, man. He plays hard. He competes around the net, and he actually has a little bit of offensive flair to his game.
A little sneaky nugget.
Yeah, a little sneaky. He's a guy that's grinding like 5 or 6 years in the
I like that.
Right? It's kind of he's at that make or break point where they give him the one-way contract, they extend him. Like, I think he's a guy that could really fit into Coop's system, and especially playing for
having a guy like Pogliano. He's like a useful player, and he's cheap.
Yeah, he's cheap, and I just think he's a guy that wants to be there too. Get inserted in that lineup.
Were you listening?
Someone said the audio's bad and listen to it. It sounds fine. I don't know. You know what I really like on Tampa Bay, man, a lot is Anthony Cirelli. Like he is a sneaky hard.
Well, here's the thing, guys. This is like an underground setup, so the audio is not going to be perfect.
Yeah, we're not on TNT.
We're not fucking TNT here, right? We're not doing Road de Pine right now. Underground where the boys hang out, where we're going to smoke a couple doobies and talk some fucking shop.
Love talking about hockey and pussy, but anyway, back to Tampa Bay Lightning. I think they're a hell of a team. You know what that reminds me of? When you're in Edmonton, right, and you have a guy that's in his prime, and you look at the rosters of Tampa Bay, Colorado, Vegas. Do you look at that roster and say, hey, I think we can make a deep run? Like, do you truly believe it? Because, I have a hard time believing that.
Which team?
Like, if you're the Oilers. Like, talking about the
Oilers. So I would say now I'd probably got them, given with how well Vancouver started, even if all good things considered, they get it on track, I still think they're the fifth best team in the conference now.
Right, I agree. I think the Kings might win the fucking cup.
So Kings and Vegas are both the same, and like they're making playoffs. There's no doubt. Vancouver has been awesome. Like, I think they're probably the biggest surprise in the West.
So fun to watch.
And then I like Dallas better than Edmonton right now.
Oh, for sure.
Who in this chat? I bet you 80% of the chat would pick Dallas over Edmonton right now.
Yeah, after they're down after one in San Jose, I don't think anybody's picking Edmonton.
Well, they're it's fucking Ottinger's nasty.
He's nasty.
Yeah, he's top 5.
He's very, and they got a guy like Heiskanen back there. I mean, a good number 1 defenseman makes such a big difference. I mean, you look at a team like Edmonton, who's their number 1? Is it Darnell? Is that your number 1? Is that, on paper, the guy you're paying 9 and a hook to? Comparing every team that goes far, Biz, always has that number 1 defenseman, and it dates back to even when Tampa Bay when it was Hedman. Last year, it's Pietrangelo or Theodore. This year, to be a good team, and even back to St. Louis, where it was Pietrangelo, like you need someone lugging the mail back there, and I don't think. The Oilers, they're so far from that. Even a team like Toronto, I hate to bring them back up into it, but like these teams, I think that think they're close are not close at all. Like you need that number 1 guy back there, right?
So I always tend to lean like for a guy like Darnell Nurse making the money he's making. It was a perfect storm. He was coming up. They were desperate need of D. And he had his best offensive year, and it was his contract year, right?
Yeah, he had almost 20 goals, I think, that year.
He was fucking snapping around. He was laying guys out. He can fight. Like, you had to pay it to him. but he's not that same player. But I always believe that if you've proven it once, you can get back to that. Because who the fuck am I to say as a guy who didn't do shit in the National League?
Right.
That this guy who had 60 points, 20 tucks, fighting every night, hitting guys, playing 25 minutes, can't get back to that game. So, but if he doesn't, and with the money he's making, I don't think that Bouchard is a big enough steal to overcompensate for that money. And they also look at Colorado. Colorado, you think of Page, the car, and you're like, oh, they got Byram. Oh shit, they got Gerard.
Yeah,
buddy, they got five NHL caliber defensemen buzzing around out there. That's why they're. It's it's not even like Gerard can close on you play well defensively. I'm saying not that he can only do that. He's fucking zipping around the ozone fucking doing
Gerard is he's noticeable.
The old 10 and 2.
He's fucking
every shit.
The old Mohawk.
He's giving the Shakira hips.
The old 10 and 2 Mohawk.
And that Byram's good. He's got game.
He's good.
Unreal.
Good style too. Tinted visor.
My worry with him would be durability. Yeah. I think he's perfectly slotted. He can hide behind those guys.
Yep.
You know, he's
good
not
number.
in the front of the physicality.
He can play. It's crazy to say he could play in sheltered minutes behind those guys.
This is the type of thing where if you have a shitty team, all of a sudden you have a guy like that playing as your number one. Well, yeah, he's going to get exposed as a number one. Yeah, but he's a perfect number 3.
But that's the thing, how deep Colorado is.
Or in Colorado's case, a 4.
It's insane.
It's insane, and you can play a guy like that with even if you wanted to pair him with Manson, and no one's going to touch him.
The thing is, Colorado is a very
perfect.
Man, you know what I mean? He's a criminal on skates. That guy, I love his game.
Not only do they have
nails,
and then if you need another even bigger mutant, you got McDermott.
You got McDermott who can throw both ways.
Shout out to Curtis McDermott.
Manson McDermott as a backup.
Oh my god,
wonderful sacking strategy.
My god.
Whatever they're doing there, they're doing it right.
And not to mention that Colorado is a very serious locker room. They're more serious than other teams. They take it very seriously. They're watching what they eat. They are.
They're dialed. That's why I like them getting Johansson because, listen, I love Johansson. I think he's got a lot of game. I think that he maybe didn't train and worry about that side of it to sustain with the times.
Right.
But he looks awesome there, and he's got a perfect role. He's a good net front guy too. He'll take the punishment. He's a greasy little player with some sandpaper. They needed to replace Kadri, and they couldn't do it last year.
Yeah.
Although, fuck, dude, losing that Comfer.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, he's solid hockey.
Solid. He's just like a shoe-in third-line center. You know, plays on both sides of the puck. He's always above the puck.
You know what I love about guys like
How about the mule Nachushkin with the fucking AK-47?
AK-47 and a couple hook daddies.
Yeah, but what an absolute
and a G-Wagon.
And a couple hook
G-Wagon.
How sick was
Every
that?
now and then you take a G-Wagon out back with your AK-47. You fire a couple rounds. You have a couple drinks with the boys. I mean,
shots at vodka.
Yeah, a couple shots.
Hit the sauna after that. Maybe a tug. Hey,
do the Baza.
I love Nachushkin. He's hurt, right? He had an ankle injury or some shit.
I think he's
back, or he's in jail.
What happened last year?
He's either in jail or
a couple hook daddies. I mean, it's unconfirmed, but I think he was massaging a few at the old. It was pay for play at the old Ritz Carlton.
Listen,
the old Ritz Carlton in Seattle.
And then he found out they don't get paid in playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say he had to dust off the Amex. But you know what was a funny interview with you, Biz, was as we get to the second period here, when Derek Stepan, you had him on this week on Spit and Chicklets.
He doesn't give a fuck. I love it.
Speaking of working out, he literally admitted just right there on cable television. This guy's like, I would maybe work out. Maybe Tuesday was a guarantee. Wednesday I would golf, and Thursday I'm at the cabin. That guy played almost 13 years in the National League.
I bet you he made $42 million.
I think he made a little more.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Chat, look it up. How much did Derek Stepan make?
I met him.
They take Monday in the summertime. Monday option. Tuesday's a mandatory. Wednesday, maybe we'll see. Usually a golf day to get moving. Thursday, mandatory lake day, and then basically guarantee himself a workout and a half a week.
I met him once. He refused to let me pay for my own bill, and he covered it for me. So
You're
shout out to
Clinton.
I appreciate the hell out of that.
Guys, come on here. 50,
48, 43.
Okay, 46.
46 bananas. I remember he signed that like 6x6 in a
unreal.
Yeah, that's
hey, chat. Let's give Derek Step on a round of applause.
Couple stick
Body
taps.
like a bowler. 50 sheets playing hockey. Come on, beer league hero right here. Round of applause.
There we go. Now shout out 50 Step.
Come on, Step.
Body like a bowler, hands like a Nuru massage specialist.
Oh, baby.
My tug.
Deep tissue.
Turn on your back. I'll turn you over and I'll saw you off. How we doing?
What spot? Hackensack, New Jersey, folks.
For sure.
And we are back.
A lot of reflexology in those fingers.
Oh my God! Yeah, those are low and slow as Anthony Duclair gets buried into the end wall. Folks, if you're live with us, 18:54 and counting in the second frame here as Leon Draisaitl and Mikael Grenlund step into the dot, the right circle in the San Jose offensive zone. Draisaitl just uses that pizza shovel of a blade, man. It's insane how long that thing is.
That thing legal? Holy
I don't know.
Shit.
It's like
a wood-fired pizza out back.
It's like fucking Datsuk's blade back in the day, but like time and a half.
They have
crazy.
a keeper now? What the hell's going on here? I thought someone went in the box, no? All right, we have Darnell Nurse on the sheet here. The Faux Daddy. That is a nice. There's no penalty.
Dude,
for some reason I'm a little bit fucking in the bag here.
How's that Belfort hitting, fella?
Listen, I'm sipping on this Eddie. You know, the chat has been telling me, Rob, you're milking your drink. You're milking a drink. This is extremely strong. This is Eddie Belfort whiskey. It's the same reason why he drove directly into a building.
He went full fire hydrant mode. Yeah.
I realized why.
That's Sue.
I might be doing the same tonight.
That's Sue whiskey. Yeah, everybody's drinking, everybody's driving. Folks, it's live from beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, Thursday night. Hockey night in Scottsdale. Biz Nasty, a.k.a. Paul Bissonnette, joins us from TNT. That's Turner Sports. As, oh my God, Mario Ferraro
700
barrels into the end wall.
Absolute legend is tuning along with us tonight.
Man, I don't know. Rob, I think your prediction might be right here, brother. I just think the longer this game goes and it's low scoring, this only favors a team like Man Jose.
I'm telling you right now, man. Man Jose, if they get the second goal, Edmonton needs to fire Dave Woodcroft immediately. Getting into scary hours here. I'll tell you right now, 18 minutes left in the second.
Oh my God, as we were chirping Darnell Nurse, he might score here.
Oh, there you go,
Nurse. It always happens. Every guy we chirp,
every time I chirp,
he scores a goal. Was that posted in? As Biz was actually backing this guy up, saying, you know what, he'll get back to form. How you doing? He goes pumpernickel.
Credibility?
Yes, sir.
Do I get some fucking credibility in the chat?
Oh my God. Come on. Post Malone and in for Darnell.
Ring the doorbell for $8. You can get 2 medium pizzas for $8 with the doorbell that was just rung like that. And he tucks in the back of the net. Mackenzie Blackwood has no idea.
And that was actually a nasty shot, but watch him jump up into the play here. Puck on the wall. Draisaitl finds him in the middle of the ice, and Darnell's like shot out of a rocket there, man.
Yep, you have Vlasic back there, and he's already made $100 million. He kind of doesn't really care. He's like, shoot the puck if you want to.
How old is Vlasic? Is he as old as you?
He's about 56.
Not to chirp you, Biz, but is he an 85? Is Vlasic? Is he an 87?
Oh, yeah, he's
old. He's an 87?
How
Okay.
about him playing all, 18 years in San Jose? Like, you have to be somewhat of a good guy to stay in the same organization.
Oh, yeah, or just sign a contract that's unmovable. One of the two.
Yep.
Or just kind of be right in the middle.
Shout out to Alan Wall.
Biz, I wanted to ask you on, and maybe we can wait till intermission, but I wanted to ask you while we were in intermission, is it crazy to say that I still might want a guy like Sidney Crosby as my number one center going into a playoff series? I mean, he is unbelievable.
He takes good care of him.
Like, he's like a 90-point guy still. I just think he's like the world's best grinder, and it's a little bit off topic of this game, but I just loved watching Sid play this year. They had a couple highlights here. Dude, he's still unbelievable, and he's a guy that you played with, and you were, fortunate to be around him and watch.
Yeah, no, he's not going to get screwed up. It's going to be a battle. Like
and he's still skating really well.
Yeah.
Like, he looks fast.
Oh, he looks good. Yeah,
he
like I said, man, like the part of the respect I have for these guys, especially in today's day and age, and I'm sure that it was the same for guys like Stevie Y, but the grind to stay in shape and how you have to stay on it, and you have to make so much personal sacrifice. Like, dude, he was like fucking in his heyday too. He'd be flying overseas to go train in the Alps for 6 weeks, where he was going 6 days, and like in the morning it was a certain workout, and later in the evening it was a different workout, and then doing an ice session. Like,
you can't teach that.
Listen, he might not be doing it to that extent now, but I wouldn't be shocked if he was, and if not, he was even further. Just to keep up with these younger guys. And they're obsessed with the game. They're like psychos about it. And like it's almost like Asperger's to a certain degree.
Yeah.
They're so hyper focused
I've been saying
hockey career and being one of the greats that nothing will stop them or prevent them from doing it. And to sustain that for 20 fucking years, boys, like it'd be fucking nice after. Like, if I did that for 12, I'd be like fucking give me a fucking six pack every day,
6-pack and maybe a Percocet,
you know, and I'm good.
Kick them up.
And you know, on top of that, you already got 100 sheets.
So I'll be on a yacht off Monaco doing a little bit of cheating. But listen, to stay off the Ristolainens and the Jaeger for that long.
Be married?
I'll be
married with a couple side actions, a little side piece there.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I mean, anyways. no, but you're right. I mean, it's something you can't teach.
You put all of it up your nose, you fucking savage.
Yeah, you know, I'd be in a brutal situation marriage-wise. Probably have half my shit taken away from me. And,
you have confirmed year-round ski pass.
Yeah, you know, bring a jacket.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game here.
Yeah, platinum card of the Betty Ford.
Yeah, dust
run it up. Limit. But yeah, no, you can't teach that. I mean, he's a legend of the game. Obviously, me and my buddy, when I was building, we used to watch his highlights just from practice and his backhanding, like how technical it is, and without knowing it. And like Swiss alluded to or said, he's a grinder, and people don't even realize that.
He's the world's best grinder.
Insane. As Cody Ceci gets the puck deep here, and Edmonton's going to be in a bit of trouble now. But how is you know, talking to this is off topic, but comparing Sid to Malkin, how is Malkin off the ice? Such a talented guy. Sid was out for a couple of years there with a conky. Malkin was putting up 100 points. What about him? Like how does he handle himself off the ice? Is he hiking in the Alps or is he Malkin? Like, what is his off-ice regimen besides eating stew and cabbage and going back to Russia and playing hacky sacks in the streets of Moscow?
Fucking I love playing hacky sack. I loved it. I remember we had this trainer in Pittsburgh, Kadar, and he was big into fitness and doing all the right things and innovative things and not necessarily just like beating up your body. And I know that like Gino's prime years, he was going hard.
Mm-hmm. Like off the ice, working out.
Yeah, he was training hard in the summer. Now, the thing about the Russians that you have to worry about though is the recovery. Like the commitment on like the non-boozing and non-partying and actually getting your proper rest to recover in training, that's another step. Mm-hmm. Those Russians like to have fun on the weekends. Like he might be fucking gassing a full bottle of vodka. Well, you're not really recovering now. So that I feel like after his like prime in his younger years and him training hard and him achieving everything he did, I think there was maybe a little bit of kind of like I don't really feel like working as hard as I once did. I feel like now he's back to that though. I think he felt like he came back this year in good shape with something to prove.
Definitely.
Those old school texts with like you and him and on like DM were like some of the funniest things out there. Just like talking about like Russian girls.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Nice save. He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
Folks, if you're following along again,
he loves designer.
I love that. I love those Russian guys. Head to toe into your.
You hear the stereotypes about Russians loving designer. Nobody loved designer more than Gino.
Yeah,
you gotta love a guy that's willing to wear like just a billboard of just design.
I told the story when
Da Vinci,
when Brooks Orbeck was walking with them, like they were like just walking around. I forget where they were. They might have been like Washington, so like the DC area, on the road. But they walk by the Louis Vuitton store, and he knocks, and then he's like, and the guy finally comes to the door, locked, and he's like, "Yes, sir, we're closed." And he goes, "No, I buy shoes." Because it just closed, and he's like, "No, sir, we're closed." He goes, "No, I buy shoes." And then the guy kind of pauses, like, "Are you gonna buy a lot?" He goes, "Yeah." And he got like $5 grand to Louis Vuitton store in front of Brooks Orbeck, and
just like that.
That's so sick.
This guy in the Louis Vuitton store open, so you could buy his fucking designer shoes.
I mean, that's what it's all about. You can't take it to the grave with you, right? I mean, technically, you could need it down to your kids.
Biz, who was it that just had the funniest suits ever? Was that Rob Scuderi? Scuds would just wear like,
brutal suits.
He'd wear the Joseph A. Bank 4 for 1.
he doesn't give a
cut
fuck.
like a 70s couch.
Who is that?
You know what? Rob Scuderi. He's like the buddy where like, you know what bugs me?
I don't know. Sorry to interrupt.
What do you mean?
He's from Long Island?
Yeah, I think he might be from Long Island. Okay, so you know what bugs me is when people are like really lazy shavers. So like he'd be the guy where he like shave the bit, and then there's like these patches of like these, but he just doesn't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
Patch are ready.
One sideburns.
Yeah.
He just doesn't fucking care.
Just show up with like not even a toothbrush on the road.
Suit. You know what? He has one pair of blue jeans. Why do you need another pair of jeans?
Right.
That's insane.
Absolute boot cut too. Just like
I respect the simplicity though.
Yeah,
I do. Especially didn't he play in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
So
steady Eddie defenseman.
Blue collar town, steel toe boots, or
Well, then he played in LA and won a cup there.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, that's right. I actually forgot about
Scuds
that.
was just a good stay-at-home defenseman.
Oh yeah.
You know,
him and Hal Gill were the pairing in Pittsburgh when they won it. They were the shutdown deep pairing. They worked so well together. And talk about two guys who just love going to the bar and just sitting down having pints.
That's the best, isn't it? You're just sitting there tipping, Dave tipping him back.
Dave tip. That's like that old
school. That's the one thing I wish if I could go back in time. I wish I would have been a pub guy with the older guys to chat with them, but I was so young, dumb, and full of cum. I was like more like the club guy trying to chase puss.
Yeah, chasing it all around.
The pub's different though. It's the best because you can sit there and you actually talk. Like you actually,
talk
to a good time.
Get to know your buddies.
Yeah, and the waitress, she's a little less hot than in the clubs. You can talk to her.
I was just a late bloomer.
Yeah,
might rub one off. Yeah, just quick.
Orlando bloomer classic. Me too. I did puberty till I was like 23 years old.
Right, a couple of years ago.
Oh shit.
Yep. I was I was a little bit of a
sharks are swarming.
Sharks are swarming here, folks.
I mean, this is
over here at the Shark Tank. Little drop play down the wall here for Mark Edward.
I would love to see the net one. No, like Jesus Christ, get the party started here. Like let's get some drama going.
Hoffman, there he is. I didn't know if he was playing tonight. But it's good to see the 68 card out there.
Any questions from the chat? I like the questions from the chat.
Fix your mic. What do you mean the audio is echoing? Hold on.
Audio slave all in.
We've already explained this.
Christ.
Yeah, it's not perfect over here, but just stay with us, folks. 11:27 and counting here in the second frame as Darnell Nurse pulls a nice little escape play.
Has there ever been a level of disrespect worse than when Biz rinsed Joe Finley in his first pro game and the
You fought Joe Finley?
The Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins?
He's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, big
6'5".
guy, decent chin, played at North Dakota, first round pick. Yeah, he probably played 5-6 years in the American Hockey League, a cup of Joe in the National. You fought that guy?
Yeah, he was a tough customer.
I think YouTube's echoing, so switch.
Oh my God. Tomas Hurdle. Yo!
Tomas Hurdle, folks. Yeah, the Shark Tank
at what point,
folks?
At what point do you bring back?
Man, Jose is buzzing. How many people are at the spectacle tonight over at the Shark Tank? I know. It looks like there might be somewhere over 10,000, 12,000 maybe. Oh, my God. Look at that little Tipper Jones in front, right to Hurdle on the side door, the old Darryl side door.
Nothing you can do about this, right?
No,
I mean, that's a bad deflection. That's just a bad bounce.
That's just the hockey gods just saying, fuck you.
Rear-ended on the highway and you don't have insurance. I mean, what are you going to do here? It's a bad bounce.
What an apple, though, for Fabian Zetterlund, though. That right there just hits his pant as he's kind of skating by the eyes of Stuart Skinner in the slot. I mean,
why you get pucks on the net, man? I mean, especially against an Edmonton team that has no goaltending. You get that rubber on the net.
You know what you say, though, Rob? Like, he must be living right, that kid, right? Because he gets an apple like that. It's just, I don't know. Oh, Holloway, number 55. I didn't know where he's.
Max Holloway.
He's rocking double nickel.
No relation to Max Holloway as Duclair gets it out. I love Duclair's swag too.
Vinny Desharnais is he's kind of a funny player to watch out there. Just, you know what I mean? Just like a big windshield wiper out there.
Any relation to the Desharnais on Montreal?
David Desharnais,
yeah.
who played with Thomas Plekanec in the Turtleneck? I don't think so. No relation.
Okay, as 83 dumps it out to Eklund. Eklund's a great young prospect. He's got wheels. All these fucking prospects can skate now, and I'm already slurring because I'm drinking this Eddie Belfour. Holy shit, this shit!
Eddie Belfour on the chin. How do you feel about this kid that they're trying to make a player, Rob? In terms of with Edmonton, number 71, McLeod. Like I feel like he skates well, but he hasn't really produced to a point of where he's really a useful top six player. Is that fair to say?
No, I don't think he's there for a top 6. I mean, last year I think he had around 30 points, right? 35 points.
20,
from a bottom 6, but
20 to 30 is Ekholm. Oh, Masai.
I would love to have. At what point do you bring Tyson Berry back? I mean, he's an absolute glue guy. He's a fucking beauty. I think you gotta. Everyone's saying I'm buckled. Yeah, I am. I'm drinking Eddie Belfour's whiskey. That's
you've
had
a couple of Chardonnays.
Tomorrow, to the great city of brotherly love, Las Vegas, and we're gonna go to commercial break here as Mick Stevenson.
Folks, get us in the chat here. Ask us a few questions. How the Sharks' newly acquired Kalen Addison looking out there? Yeah, he looks okay. I think he's moving the pill. He's an undersized defenseman, obviously. You kind of know what you're going to get. Now I think they're going to give him a little bit of a bigger role in terms of trying to play the power play, get more of an offensive look. He was playing sheltered minutes in Minnesota. But for a first game, we're watching this game a little half-cocked. Rob, Biz, he looks okay.
Yeah, no, I think he looks good. I think he looks good out there. And thoughts on, someone says, Biz, how about those Rangers?
Oh, they're buzzing. Listen, I don't think that Detroit looked very good in that game Wednesday, or was it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. But yeah, Rangers, good power play. Still some breakdowns defensively and stuff, but they got the goaltending so far. Great start. And Lafreniere, he was kind of that wild card. So overall, very impressed. I will say the East looks compared to the West.
Yeah, the West.
We say that, and then the playoffs happen, and somehow the other conference wins.
Yeah, but the West has that big boy fuck you hockey that people on the East Coast don't really get up to. They're not staying up to watch. There's that animosity in the West already in the beginning of November that you just talked about. That is 100% actual. I mean, the West is a different game right now.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of the Wings playing back in the West in the 90s where my parents were fighting in the kitchen. I'd be up with my grandma watching Detroit play Colorado.
Yeah, right.
That's what really got me.
Sorry to hear about that.
No, it's great.
Yeah, right. A borderline domestic violence case in the kitchen and big boy hockey. Yeah, shake it out. But
you know what, guys? I've been meaning to say this for a long time. I'm really, I used to, as a kid, I used to stay up late and watch the Detroit Red Wings and Colorado Avalanche play hockey while my parents threw silverware at each other in the kitchen.
Right.
And no, it's good. It got me into hockey. So that's why
I know.
Watching Darren McCarty just throwing lefts and rights.
No, it's okay. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tear up on the stream.
Right. Just keep drinking Belfour.
No, it was best seeing Adam Foote just,
Oh, my God. Chin hunting out there.
Would play physical back then. Yeah, even Pat Waugh played physical back then. And,
Walker.
But that's what we see right now. Yeah, 100%.
Petty Furta used to chuck. I mean, he fought Osgood.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
But, West Coast has that fuck you hockey and
just like bigger defensemen.
I can't hear shit in that thing. And some girl, we have a girl in the chat.
We have a broad. Folks, we have a little trim in the chat. Get at us where you're at.
Don't ever tell me, shout out to Prize Picks. Don't ever tell me that my demographic is 100% men because we have a lady in the chat tonight, folks. Everyone's complaining about the audio. We already set the deal. Biz, any good Devin Diomente stories playing in the UK?
Played with him in the UK. He was a maniac. Like he was a showman. Do you know who this kid is?
Who is this guy? Is he a fighter or what type of player is he?
He played for the Sarnia Sting in the OHL, and he was just one of these guys. He was just like he was a mucker, fourth line mucker. Like sometimes he would be the guy you could put up on a third or maybe even a second line for 4 or 5 games, and he'd have a nice little run, but not a sustainable top line player. But because he fought, he could play fourth line. And he was also a nightmare to deal with on the ice. Like if you were playing against his team, he's the guy who's taking a whack at the goalie.
Is he like a Canadian-born guy, or
just to create a ruckus? And when he was in Sarnia, and I think even a couple other teams, like they had teams where you were Hartford Wolfpack. It was him, Sean Avery. I think they had Sugden.
Sean Avery.
They were just all just barking like the whole game. You're like, this is insane because they had so many guys who were being assholes. It was like when Kevin Konopka was with Syracuse.
Oh yeah, Shout out to Ken and Kanaka, good friend.
Ken and Kanaka, that guy.
They had like Dorset, Marasti, Kanaka.
Just a bunch of criminals.
They had like,
on the same team.
5 guys in a game
Burgers
who
and
would be looking to get a scrap. And you're like, most team that, if you were lucky, you had maybe 3.
That is insane to muck through the jungle when you're looking at a team like that. It's literally like longest yard a team with the cons. Like, what are we looking at?
You would keep it close.
You have to, because otherwise it's going to be an absolute mayhem.
5-1 with the Syracuse Crunch on a Sunday.
God. And how about their rink, the Ward Memorial? You're walking. It's like straight out of Slapshot. They got the organs. It's like,
I mean, upstate New York is not something to write home about. Like, it's already so.
But Marasti told me, he goes, "We're fighting," and I'm like, "No, my coach told me we're not going."
You said that?
Yeah, because he told me to. He goes, "Don't fight that guy," because he wasn't. I could play, and
Marasti. What a psychopath! I actually listened to him on your pod.
Chase me around the ice for the first 2 shifts, and finally it was like, all right, he's just gonna follow me around the ice, making me look like a pussy. So I would just fight him, and then he got his fight.
Right,
happy.
But you didn't have another like nail gun on your team where Marasti would throw with him. But
I was the guy.
You were the guy.
Yeah,
you were the designated guy.
We had Dennis Bombi,
but he was a little older at that time.
Yeah,
it's like reason
I needed to prove myself.
Right.
Bones had done enough. You know,
yeah, he had kind of made his mark.
He still would. Like if there was another heavyweight on the team, or sometimes he would take the suit. If there was a guy that he knew I didn't want to fight, like that was out of my league, which I guess wasn't. I would have fought anyone.
Right. I mean, if you're fighting Marasti, anyone's at play.
He took a couple off my plate that I'm very grateful for. Let's put it that way.
For sure. Hey, fella, I'll chew on a few here. Go in there and tie up.
It was never me even having to contemplate it. He would come up and say like, "Hey, I got him tonight."
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Right. Thanks,
Wonsey. He's actually scouting for. I believe he scouts for the Boston Bruins, right?
He does. His hands are like they're
like a crab
stuck in a
knuckle,
grabbing the jersey.
Right. Yeah, he's just always ready to chuck stuff.
Like arthritis. Like Jordan hands, where like a couple fingers are just like turning the other way. From getting broken from grabbing.
Those guys that like would just fight year in year, like how much respect do you have for a guy that's just like a minor league fighter, man? It's crazy. Like the Gallant brothers, for example. Some of these guys like they're still chucking them, man.
I fought them both.
Oh, we still fighting, boys. What are we doing?
I have no clue.
It's insane.
Unless I'm naive to how young they are, but they have. How old's the oldest?
The oldest one, I believe, he just finished up. That was Brett Gallant. He played like 12 years, 13 years, last 8 maybe in Cleveland.
Look it up how old they are.
But you have this Alex Gallant who's maybe 30, but he's still been throwing both ways since he was
Alex when he was in San
18.
Jose.
Oh my God!
And he's not,
like a little ball of hate.
Little, and he's not big. He's a nail gun. He's a little nail gun, and he can take punishment.
Yeah, he's those guys. Shout out to those guys. Like just those Maritimers are built different. They're just. It's almost like they have like that leather skin or something. They're just willing to wear one on the catcher's mitt and just take 20 to throw 21. I mean, he had an old school fight this year. I forget who it was, but it was to open the season. It was like the AHL fight of the year where he was just.
Oh yeah, it was against. It was I think Abbotsford.
Yeah, it was Abbotsford versus Calgary, the Wranglers.
What were we talking about right before that?
Those 2 brothers.
Oh yeah, the Gallant boys.
The Gallant boys, folks. If you're following along, we are at the 6-minute marker, just a little before that. The game right now, the San Jose Sharks, aka Man Jose, leading the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 as Mick Dusty brings it around the net, tries to find him in the slot. That was Hyman he was looking for. Man, they got to score here before the period, I think.
Yeah, they
want
a
chance.
Oh, this is nuts.
This is the toilet bowl, folks. This is Jackie Moon.
Get it out, boys.
We're talking Flint, Michigan.
Good punt. Good punt. Good punt. Good punt.
4th and 8.
Get it out of there. Get it out. Field position, boys. Bill Belichick all day. Oh, no.
Oh, good block.
Good
Mike Hoffman with the active stick here, like the Seattle Kraken.
Crafty little player. I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he's
a good shot.
El Honky. Yeah, I'll answer questions, fella. I'm not really looking at the chat here, but yeah, throw some my way.
Yeah, we'll keep answering.
I'll get you buzzing here.
When the game heats up, so it's fun to kind of follow the game.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be commentating the game here, right?
Hey, they panned. You guys are in the middle of a conversation. They panned to Woodcroft. He is sweating.
For sure.
Soaking wet.
He might be drinking.
Oh, no.
He literally looked like he walked in line by Scottsdale PD after a couple cold ones in the ocean.
Schmaltzy, I got to answer this. This guy is absolutely hounding me, boys. I got to take this one here. Schmaltzy, kill, marry, fuck, Wheelhouse, Bar Napoli, Molly's, and Soulard.
What is that? Are we saying names there?
These are St. Louis places.
Swish, let me interrupt. You're going to hound him for a fuck, marry, kill?
I know. Like
2008 in middle school, you got to come up with a better question than that.
I know, and it was with bars too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was bars.
Fuck, marry, kill?
Come on. Oh, hey, we got fuck. Hey, we got McDavid on television. We're not doing fuck, marry, kill. Come on.
Peter Paulinus.
7 in middle school?
Here.
Jesus Christ.
We got the Sharks hooking, ready to end Woodcroft season.
Woodcroft is sweating bullets on the bench. You want us to answer a fuck, marry, kill as somebody shoots the puck wide, picked up by Kevin LeBank's agent, back down to the corner, and Darnell Nurse swings it out to Cody McLeod, and it's not even his real name. And
Derek Ryan, here's your guy, Heater. Oh, he tried a little toe-in shot there. I was on that Kalen Addison, that new young defense.
I'm going to go hose.
Kalen Addison.
Yeah, go hose.
As Biz is going to
go. Oh, we got whiskey, though.
Biz will be.
I'm off the sauce.
Biz is off the sauce, folks. He might be on the dope, but that's neither here nor there as he goes and takes a piss in my bathroom that smells like shit. Folks, again.
Folks, Biz is going to go clear some cap space.
I don't think I have any chocolate over there. I got creatine if you want it. I got a couple sniffers if you need it.
There's some Eddie Belfour whiskey over there if you want to drive your car into a building.
It's a light fridge from a guy that doesn't do a whole lot of cooking. Back to you.
The official whiskey of driving a car into a building, Eddie Belfour whiskey. It'll get you absolutely tuned up.
Eddie Belfour whiskey straight out of the reserve.
It'll have you step it on the gas directly into a brick and mortar. Forever 21.
Forever 21 makes a nice crop top. If you have a decent set of Hooters out there, folks, well, stuff them with a Forever 21 tank top. It's the least you can do. Folks, let's take a couple questions here. Schmaltzy, thoughts on the Badgers this year? Hastings has them buzzing. Fella, as a guy out of Madison, Wisconsin, shout out to Verona, a.k.a. Hometown USA. You know, as a guy, I was committed there as a young fella. It's great to see. I think Mike Hastings is a great coach. He's won everywhere he's went. Mankato, Omaha. He's a guy that even came up through Dean Blaze and also Don Lucia back in the day for your Minnesota Gophers. So good to see them buzzing. The College Club, Wando's, my favorite bar over there was always Chasers. I think they tore it down, but a little snorkel, fella. That's a Red Bull filled with vodka right to your chin.
Folks, thanks for bearing with us during the mic problems here, but we're going to get back to the game as the U.S. Special Operations is doing a parachute demonstration with our tax dollars.
Yeah.
Not yet.
El Honky. This kid came back with a better question, Rob. I'm going to take it from El Honky. The marry one, fuck one, kill wasn't perfect. But yeah, Joel Edmondson as a wingman. You know what? I was a restricted free agent at the time in terms of I had a lady. Now I'm a UFA. But yeah, he was a guy that could really wheel in terms of taking down broads in the greater St. Louis metro area. He's also, I believe, locked up now on a long-term ticket.
How was the trim in St. Louis?
St. Louis,
respectfully, how was
St. Louis sneaky trim? I would say it's a Midwest city. A lot of chicks that'll drink Bud Light, Busch Light, but at the end of the day,
they go hard in the paint.
It might be a little thicker around.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, give a little top.
You can find a nice little blondie walking out of Wheelhouse, and she'll come home with you, and usually, she'll play, right? Okay. A good heart, right? Good chin.
Good ground rule double.
Yeah, she ground and pound game, up the middle, running the old fullback blast type of girl,
Okay. Just wanted to know. I've never been out to the Midwest there. But yeah, it sounds good. As Ekman sends the puck over the netting here. And a lot of people want to hear about Biz's fighting days. Somebody said Biz, his favorite life. Do you have more faith in RA making a free throw or a 4-foot putt? I'm sure you hear a lot of questions.
What was the question?
You have more faith in RA making a free throw or a 4-foot putt? From the chat.
I would say a 4-foot putt.
That free throw was 4.
But sober. He was fucking banged up.
Was he? Yeah, I mean, but that free throw contact, you'd like to think you would like to roll the dice back on that. Like, those free throws weren't perfect, right? But a 4-footer, you'd like to think you could maybe slide one in.
Yeah.
I didn't see how wet Aycroft, like his face, he is nervous as hell.
Oh, yeah.
You guys saw that. You should see him. He is rattled.
I mean, I can't imagine what he's feeling right now because the whole city.
Listen, I'm just a guy on this couch, but
think about like the city of Edmonton right now. Shout out to Cactus Club on Jasper over there. I mean, Talk about a set of fun bags on every waitress over there. But you got to think, I mean, this is full panic. I mean, these people live and die by the oil. And if they lose this game, I assume they're probably on a Cali swing. Rob, or Biz, did you look at their schedule? Like, who are they playing next? Can they win the next game? Edmonton.
I have no, I looked at the next two because I saw Vancouver.
Who do they got?
Oh, they play
heads up. No, they did. I was just looking at the next two because I'm like, fuck, Vancouver has their number. And then who do they play? And I saw these guys. I'm like, oh, that's a perfect storm.
Yep. I think the whole hockey world is like really dialed into this game right now.
Well, it's a toilet bowl, folks.
On the West Coast too. Like even the East Coast people are up and watching this game.
It's a grind though to stay up this late. It's always 7:30 start in San Jose.
7:30. I mean, even for us boys, with the clock's not changing over here. It's 8:30 for the boys in the Mountain Standard time zone.
I'm from New York. Watching sports on the West Coast is
that was a good pass by Bouchard.
How wild Blackwood is, dude.
Little shot tip there from Bouchard. It's got to be.
Oh my God!
These guys are just
holy shit!
Holy
Hyman,
jumping.
was that Hyman?
Who's on the doorstep? I'm not sure. I can barely see the puck right now.
Yeah, that was Hyman. It was an array
of bodies. Stuck in window right now.
Yeah, get this guy a Camel unfiltered.
Hyman, man. Still out there.
Oh, it's a nice look in there in the middle of the ice.
Wow.
Evan Bouchard goes back to the pill as Stuart Skinner hands it off. Anthony Duclair forechecking at a decent pace. Folks, 1:30 to play here as McDusty drives down the – oh, man, that was a good shot.
Wow.
This goalie is standing on his head. As you said, Rob, earlier, Blackwood fella, he looks great in that net right now. My God. Like, that puck never had a chance, even though McDavid was coming in a million miles an hour.
I mean, he's waiting for the player to make the first move. Like, he is not budging. He's almost – you know what? He kind of looks like Carey Price.
This one, Peter Paulinus goes Wrenchcroft. Nice wrench fella.
I love that.
Jay Wrenchcroft. That is so sick. I'm going to use that. I'm stealing it from you, buddy. Nice wrench, you. Folks, 1:24 to play live from Scottsdale, Arizona on the north side. McDavid just stonewalled Jacksoned by a Mackenzie Blackwood. Playing well tonight, folks.
What do you think's going through McDavid and Draisaitl's head right now?
Oh, man,
they
are just motherfucking themselves, man. I mean, they're trying to do everything they can to will this team to get back, to an even game, and nothing they do right now is working. I mean, I can't imagine, Rob. It's just I don't think they're literally at a loss for words. I know that sounds cliche, and
no, I mean, what else you can do?
I think you look at your coach at Wrenchcroft back there, and he's sweating like he's in Cabo in mid-July, right? Like this guy. Yeah. He might need a cold plunge in between too because he is leaking.
Yeah, I mean he's sweating like you forget you have a location on, and all of a sudden you're out of town, and your bird's like, "Why are you in Vegas?" And you kind of have to just be like, "I lost my phone." Some Ecuadorian guy took it. And anyway, back to the action.
And I don't think they're playing that bad. Like they have good jump. They seem to be on their toes. It's just one of those nights where when they need a goal, a timely something to happen, they're not able to get it. I mean, they were right around the blue paint there. Didn't go. McDavid just takes it 200 feet and throws an unbelievable shot to the far pad of Blackwood, and he's all over the cage. He's out in front of that blue paint and makes a really good save, and he makes it look easy. So that's tough to swallow.
Yeah, it's one of those nights where you're snake bit. I mean, you are full. I don't know who's the guy that you're full Steve Irwin right now. You're snake bit, and you're on the road in San Jose, and you know what? I'll tell you what, boys. This is going to make for a hell of a third period, though. I mean, I think it's going to get the intensity is going to pick up. The second period intensity, I can barely even talk right now.
So yeah, I mean, we're almost through 40 minutes here. I think it's
this game.
I think a team like Edmonton,
boys, this is fucking going down to the finish right now.
Yeah, finish.
San Jose going in up one.
I mean, if they can skate out of this, I love that play by Draisaitl.
He does it all the time.
That was a cheeky little play, Biz, as you know. That's a guy that scored 50 to 60 goals in a year because he thinks Blackwood's going to be coming off his post there, sliding in the middle. Yeah. Everyone's anticipating pass, and he tries to go a little short side.
Cheeky.
Cheeky blinders. Folks, we're going to take some questions. Bob Gucci will fire him at us. You got anything for Biz? You got anything for myself or Gooch? Let us know.
I can't believe that we're through 2 right now, dude, and San Jose is up 2-1. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the pace is gonna be incredible in this third period. We're gonna take questions in the chat now. Shout out to all 700 people sticking with us tonight in the chat, dude.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I mean, it's
ESPN is shaking in their boots. Emily Kaplan, if you want to disregard your contract and get out of it and come over and hang out with us, we're open.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Heat Daddy, that's amazing. 700, 800 people asking us questions, firing away. We got about 20 minutes here, folks. So, Heat Daddy, let us know what we need to answer, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, listen. I don't know what the gobbledygook in there. Hold on. Oh my God! Apparently, Jack Campbell gave up 4 in the A tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
did he actually?
Yes.
I mean,
you know if it's
the A.
It's a jungle. I mean, it's literally.
You don't know what's going on.
No, you don't know what's going on. I mean, you're barely trying to make it
out
alive there.
Let's not pick a guy when he's down.
No. I mean, a Thursday night in the jungle, anything can happen.
He's not paying escrow. He's in good shape.
You're just lucky to make it out alive. You know, let's survive in advance.
Soggy sub.
Let's get the Domino's pizza afterwards, and let's get the hell out of here.
Biz, how does it feel to be on such a heater with the Sandbagger wins?
Awesome. We're obviously drastically carried by Whit. Whit has put some unbelievable golf together. I've been brutal the last 2, so I feel grateful. I feel grateful that Whit makes us a winner, and he's got a lot of jam, and it's kind of cool. I like to see how passionate he is about it too. And another thing too is it gets the competitive juices flowing again, and that's the best part for me. And it's a lot less difficult than fucking playing in your own ball hockey tournament and getting whooped upside down for competition. So it's been awesome. Grateful. We got a great product. I hope you guys who watch them enjoy them. Pasha does an awesome job. So we have a great team, and we like to do different things, and that's one of our aspects of our content.
Pretty sick concept though, like so fun.
So I'll tell the story. So we find out from Sidney Crosby that he's like, come down to Halifax, we'll do an interview. He gets the okay to Whit. So we're obviously like, fuck, that's huge for our podcast. Like, we're going crazy. So then we find out that Nate, because Sid's doing it, will do one. So we're like, oh my God, hey, we're going to do it at my buddy's bar. Sid set the whole thing up. So I tried to poke for a little bit more. I said, hey, because he goes, hey, we're going to go golfing after. I said, hey, how about we bring Posh out and the film crew, and we filmed around, and he didn't even respond. Like he
pigeon tossed you.
He wasn't having it. Yeah. Sid was like not having it. But that was his polite way of saying that. So we go there, and I remember I texted him one more time, and he goes, no, let's just stick with like just the interviews. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he nixed it. So we get the 2 interviews, we crush it. We get we get our 2 white whales for us.
Mm-hmm.
I was so on cloud 9. I go, Posh, show up to the course 30 minutes after we start our round and pop out of the bushes. So we started filming the original Sandbagger 3 holes in, and we'd negotiated strokes beforehand. I was an 18th.
Right.
Buddy, I was chucking darts the front 9. I think I parred 4, maybe 5 holes. Nate lost it. He was mad. He was like, you're a fucking Sandbagger. So that's why we started calling the Sandbagger golf video.
Oh, no way.
It's the original Sandbagger. It's 15, maybe 20 minutes long, and it's Pasha on a single handheld. It's with Crosby and McKinnon.
So it's because McKinnon called, you're a Sandbagger.
So Whit was like, bro, he goes, you're not an 18. You're like chucking darts right now. And have you seen me play in Sandbaggers?
We've played together.
What would you say I am, a 14?
I think that's fair. You actually have a pretty decent flat stick. Like you can make putts.
Well, that
you know what I mean? You do have a good flat stick.
Fair.
Right?
But
you're wild. I mean, you're like me. You can miss it both ways off the tee.
But if my putter's good, my fucking driver's not.
Yeah. You're always missing something.
I golf fucking 20 times a year. So it just so happens after Sid nixing this golf match, us setting up a match Whit wants to play for money, and we were playing for dinner. And it just so happens I put it together that afternoon where he lost, like Nate's so competitive, he lost his mind. So they not only gave us interviews, but they basically named another brand of our content.
Did you go into that match were you on a plant-based diet in terms of like mushrooms, or did you go dead sober? Why were you seeing the ball so well?
I can't believe that's why it was called the Sandbagger.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah, that's the OG video. You can go watch it on our YouTube channel. I think it's got over 1 million views.
Yeah.
And it's so raw and organic, but obviously if you follow the Sandbaggers, it's evolved and it's like the production's way better.
And
we're always striving to evolve, get better, make a better experience for the fan. Not necessarily overcompensate and go like too high production. But you got to find that middle ground. Keep it raw and authentic, but give them good production.
So when you're doing that, you're like, Pasha, just pop out of the woods, like, Shooter McGavin's guy that he's paying off in Happy Gilmore. Are you like, is Sid just okay with it? Is he laughing, or is he just like at that point?
Yeah, I think that
or was he so competitive, invested in the match? Or
buddy, we cut a CCM hockey promo with him on a whole teeing off on whole.
Wait, but he didn't know.
Oh, he's fucking probably wondering like, what the fuck is all this? I said no.
Who the fuck is that guy in the bush?
I said no camera on the golf course, but he wasn't gonna be. He's not like he's like a no conflict guy. He's not a big
Like he didn't want to shut it down.
Is he a pretty good stick? I mean, obviously he's probably decent at everything.
Solid.
Yeah, is he solid?
He's probably a 12. He's probably a 12.
Okay. Does he play a lot, or is he always just training?
I would imagine the summertime he's playing a decent amount. I don't think he's a junkie.
Because he likes to fish as well, I believe, too. So is he kind of?
I don't know about the fishing.
Yeah,
but
that's funny, man.
Isn't that funny how that all started?
That is
like
funny.
There's so many things about like. Obviously, Chicklets was doing the podcast before I showed up, but I started doing the content game before that and doing so. Like we did that Biz Does VC series. Me and Pasha.
Yeah.
Pasha had went to film school and had experience. He done shit. So it kind of just
happened.
And you guys are filming a few coming up this next week. I think you touched on in your pod, but when are we going to see a couple guys from the Arizona Desert Dogs get in one? I feel like you got to give the Coyotes some love in terms of, because they got a couple of good sticks in terms of my brother Nicky Schmaltz. Leighton Keller can massage the rock out there, shape it both ways. You got to have a couple of those guys out there. Is that something you're telling the fellas, or is it just how do these matches get lined up?
It's kind of just whenever we can and whatever makes sense. Like we did do Tyson Nash and Shane Dolan. We have done a Coyote pair. I would do Pels and Schmaltzy. The thing is, Witt's a little. We're doing these two now. What Witt's worried about is if I don't get better, playing your brother and Pels is hard because those are two sticks.
Right.
We've been a couple sticks before and we've lost.
Right.
So we feel it's more fair when it's like somebody who's like close to as good as Witt and somebody who might be a little bit or not a little worse than me.
Right. I mean, I don't know who that would be on the Yos. You could probably find someone, right, as a 10 to 12 somewhere there.
I'll say this: if we win these next two, so we're doing Solani and Roenick. That'll be an awesome pairing. And then we're doing Kevin Connolly and Shawnee Avery.
Can those guys play?
I don't think they're near Solani and Roenick.
Those guys are. Yeah, those are two sticks.
Roenick can play.
Oh yeah.
He's
nasty.
Is he one of those guys who's good at everything?
Yeah, I mean
he's probably like a 3 max.
Oh, I mean he's a guy that he rocked frosted tips in the league. You got to be at least a 3, right? Exactly. But a guy like, where are you guys going to be playing? Are you playing Avery and Connolly in LA? Are you going to go?
No, San Diego.
Oh, really? Okay. Torrey Pines or what?
Don't know. I don't figure that out.
Duncan, for me to show up. Yeah, you show up. Hey, fella, grab my wrenches.
That's not mine.
Yeah,
I book.
Yeah,
I would say between me and Grinnell, we book more of the interviews. Like everybody plays a hand in getting guys.
Sure.
So everybody kind of has their responsibilities. It's cool. Like Witt, he's sick at golf. He's fucking unreal storyteller. Like he helps get some interviews. He's got the most credibility out of anyone on the podcast. So like everybody, I think
everyone's got their guy.
Yeah, I think RA adds that like lunch pail.
Just the common man, the common guy sitting at the bar.
Has a couple of arrests out Boston.
Yeah,
I don't know if he does it.
He is the common.
I don't know either. I think RA's been able to stay out of trouble.
That's great.
Are you?
Like he likes to have fun and party. That's not. But and then G's like younger, so he kind of gets the internet. So he's like on the producing side. He's helping with us know how to grow social, and then we have awesome guys behind the scenes too. Like we added a guy named Sean Puzo, and then Elliot Fish as a cameraman with Pasha. So we have, and then we get a few freelance guys from Barstool when we're on the road to do certain things, but we have a good group of about, Spit and Chicklets memes.
Yeah.
We have Merle's Arms now. So we got a team like 15 people.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Maybe
the whole
12.
you got the whole Rat Pack or the Army per se, just in terms of like a real team there. I mean, you almost got a full depth chart, a 23-man roster there.
Awesome.
Kind of need that though. Like that's what makes it all come together, right?
I think you guys can get there. You just got to add slowly and like add the right pieces and you be with guys that you want to be around and work with and make cool shit with.
For
I
sure.
just like drinking and talking hockey.
Well, then that's what
Belfour out of the bottle.
I bet you're on DMs like connecting with people and shit.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's part of what you bring on entrepreneurship and connections.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Travis Konechny.
I mean, Twitch and I literally, I don't even remember how this started. I think we're like, yo, let's watch a game and just talk to a microphone.
Yeah, I think we're just probably just sitting.
How many people in the chat now? 700?
571, but it'll pick up.
571, folks.
Less than fucking 550.
Let's get a couple questions out there from the callers here. Folks, give us a
I
question
want no, I don't want to deal with that Galchenyuk shit. I said, dude, I watch hockey for 10 years. All I do is tweet about it. Let's just get on the microphone, right? Like, I don't have a job. I'm probably so unemployable by now. All I tweet about is, doing drugs,
doing dust and partying.
So at this point, why not get on the microphone and just talk what I'm tweeting? And that's how this literally started.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a question coming in. Can we please get Biz to Nodak to see the place? Have you ever been?
I was talking to you about that.
I would come at some point.
I think that's literally a place you need to see. It's literally the Taj Mahal.
Well,
hockey.
So we're doing more of the college hockey stuff. Like Brunelli's heavily involved in the college stuff. So at a certain point, if we can work out a schedule where we would go, it'd be awesome.
I went, everyone hyped it up, the Ralph, blah, blah, blah. And I was okay, like everyone's hyped. You know when everyone hypes something up and you're kind of like, okay, well, it better live up to it.
No, you loved it? Yeah.
Oh my dude, it was so sick. It was literally, I couldn't wait to go back right away.
So like I said, G's kind of pushing this college arena aspect, and I would love to go check it out at some point. I've heard nothing but good things.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
at Chicklets University.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, he's doing like the East Coast swing right now. But
just the bars and the people there. The people are so fucking nice. Everyone's friendly. It's all like nothing but positive. Like, and guess what? The team. So we went for Friday, Saturday. The team lost on Friday, and the next day everyone was like, "Fuck it, we'll get it tonight." Yada yada. Every bar we went to, like what? 3-4 bars.
3-4 all in.
Oh, we're gonna get him tonight. We're gonna win. We're gonna get a dub, and then we're gonna go after that. That's exactly what happened.
I mean, the Sioux boys don't lose on Saturday night, especially in that town. I mean, you got one thing to do.
That's the saying in college hockey, right?
Yeah, you're not going to lose on a Saturday night. You only play 2 games a week, Biz. So if you lose that Friday night game, well, obviously you're going to respond and do anything you can to get that Saturday night win and secure it because you know what's on the line. It's that Saturday night shaker, which we did pop into.
And they won.
It's a couple middle-aged
assholes. If you're on the road, it's almost better to get the first night win, though.
Yeah, yes and no. A lot of the good teams, though, they're charter bird right out of there on Saturday night. Like you know what I mean? Are you saying like in terms of
Yeah, I'm saying because I'm like fuck, you're the away team, so if you split, it's not like
true.
You're like I already got the double under my belt. You're playing with the house's money, so you can go out for a few that Friday night.
That's fair.
Wet your whistle.
Yep.
Still have the whole day to recover, or do you play Saturday afternoons?
Well, you play probably Saturday at 6:00, and the only thing about college, like I would say, those are probably the only 2 nights you're probably not drinking is like a Thursday and Friday, right? Because you only have 2 games a week, so you're like, all right, well, if you even win that game, some guys might go, just try to.
When do you get the green light?
Well, it'd be Saturday after a game, then Sunday fun day, and then usually guys would go Tuesday or Wednesday.
Saturday at home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
Saturday road, you're like, fuck, we'll save it.
Yeah, a lot. Like I said, though, if you're on the road, a lot of at least North Dakota, you would be right on the bird right out of there. So you wouldn't even stay over. Some teams, I would say it's about 50-50.
That's kind of cool about college hockey too. Is you guys take the bird.
Well, yeah, you're on a charter flight. You're getting meals. You're going out.
No shit, eh?
Well, at least in North Dakota, I mean, then you go to the gym. You go to the
unbelievable.
Like you go down to my first year when I turned pro. I mean, I was a decent player at one point.
Wow, that's probably what's enticing.
I get sent down to the jungle.
How far are all your games?
Well, it depends. I mean, you're playing in Denver. You're playing Colorado
you
College.
Bus anywhere?
Yeah, I'd say under 4 hours. So you bus like Minnesota Duluth. You bus to Bemidji, St. Cloud. Some of these teams, you'd get on the bus. But anywhere you can fly, you're getting on that bird. They're loading it up. it's full charter. You're going to the nice steakhouse on a Thursday night before your Friday game.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
No shit, eh?
Real deal, James Neal.
You know better than me, Twitch. That facility we saw, there was a whole room dedicated to recovery, massage chair, zero gravity bed where you're laying in like water.
Yeah.
Cryotherapy. They had the red light bed. I mean, it's insane, man.
Say that.
I will say these fucking late games make you work for it, buddy. This is nuts.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, Biz, how the hell did you fly from TNT? That someone just asked that.
I mean, Biz, you're on a 3-3 right now.
I'm hurt. I'm battling through this. So I did, last week's broadcast. Flew to Canada, did Hockey Night in Canada Saturday. Flew to TNT, did back-to-back broadcasts Tuesday, Wednesday, which was last night. And we're fucking going to like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was late. Yeah, especially on the East Coast over there.
I'm hurting right now. I came over for the boys because I just want to show support
couple
the two beauties. Come chat with you guys, man. I'm a foxhole guy, man. I grew up on the internet. This is my shit.
Yeah, folks, and I think we got about 4 or 5 minutes left until we start the final frame live from Man Jose.
I need to get a fucking food ski if I'm going to
couple sniffers, a couple uppers. We're talking downers and missionary, folks.
I'm hungry.
People are saying thank you, Biz.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, a couple more questions.
Fire at us, baby. Talk about hockey, eh?
Keep firing away.
But it's more about the sleeping patterns. It just fucks you up. You can't get on like a normal rhythm.
Because you've been on the East Coast for what, past 2 days? 3 days?
You're talking to the mic.
Oh, fuck. You've been past on still dialed in to tell me, and I've been doing nothing but sipping on fucking
Belfort out of the bottle.
I love you.
Keep the change.
Yo, but you're on East Coast time.
So I typically I leave on Tuesday mornings, Tuesday afternoon, get there Tuesday night, and then battle through on Wednesday, and then fly home Thursday. And this week, but the thing is always like these first 2 months of the season, like we had Chicklets Cup, like I had to go in a couple of days early to film that thing that we dropped, the whatever you call it, the Road de Pine.
Oh, Road de Pine.
And then a bunch of other, we did a Boston trip for Chicklets. So I'll probably spend 7 nights in my bed this month. But then December, get a little chill time.
7 nights, maybe a couple, not alone, but that's neither here nor there. Bez, like, what's your like routine? So you do a TNT game on Tuesday. So what is your routine on like Wednesday? Are you waking up? Or are you kind of just chilling? Or what are you doing in Atlanta to kind of kill that time during the day? Or are you busy? Go.
Because of the brain power aspect, and I lately my rhythm is I actually sleep into about 12:31.
Wow. Yeah, the late night.
Because I'm on West Coast time, and then I'm getting there and then I can't sleep. So I usually go to bed on Tuesday night at like 1:32. So I get a little bit of work done.
Right.
You got to make use of whatever your cadence is. Right?
For sure. Yeah.
So then I sleep in, but then I get up. I go get a nice walk in. So then that way, by the time 5:30 hits, when I'm heading over to the studio, that's when I feel like I'm starting to get my energy. I get a coffee, and then, or I usually do Red Bull, and then your fucking mind's going.
Right.
How are you going to articulate your thought? What games you got to talk about?
Right. You're walking in a battle.
From 5:30 to 1:30, you're on live TV.
Like playing.
Whatever. If you say something stupid, you don't get to redo it again.
Right. Yeah. These are live bullets.
Sometimes that sucks.
Yeah. That for sure.
Been there, done that. Playoffs is nuts. Playoffs is you'll go 5 days straight in the first round.
I always love your questions, especially like McCarr the other night, like asking about the Vegas trip with the moms and just, trying to get a little something out of him.
Yeah,
like, hey, fella, are you trying to go to Hakkasan or what are you doing when you're there? And he's just like giving you the cold shoulder. But, it's just funny when especially you ask those guys that are a little bit more buttoned up than some of them,
You take your swings. Sometimes 100%. People are like, like you're trying to, leave them alone, just ask hockey questions. Right. Like, I don't know. I didn't find game 12 that fucking interesting.
Folks,
I'd rather know about Hakkasan on the mom's trip.
For sure. Couple John Cougars. Be there tomorrow night on the couple John Cougars, folks. Bob Gucci will be live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I believe he's landing on the tarmac of McCarran International sometime about 2 p.m. Mountain Standard.
Besides going 10 times this spring for the Vegas Knights playoffs, I've never been to Vegas. I've heard it's a great city. I heard the
Schmaltzy, worst host going. No like chips, no nothing.
No, we're gluten free over here. If you need anything, we got a little bit of whiskey.
You get like a fucking like a pop chip sponsor or something for the fucking streams or what?
Should I call my fucking agent right now?
I'm gonna fucking start chewing my fingernails.
Folks, if you need anything to eat, I think we have some shredded cheese that expired last month. All in. If you need anything else, a couple calories, we do have whiskey, or I can make you an Irish coffee.
Can we get some oysters and shrimp over from Dominic?
No, I'm not ordering in fucking oysters and shrimp in Scottsdale.
Why? You don't
straight out of Lake
because I know how close.
A couple $1,000 for some.
I know how far the closest water source is.
And Bob Gucci, right now, boys, we have 18, 16, and counting if you're following along while we're watching in the live chat. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in. Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Oh, no.
As Nico Sturm brings it over. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Zadina, the guy that bought himself out of his own deal, Biz, tucks a goal against the Edmonton Oilers. My God, that stings.
The Oilers are found dead in Bay Area Motel 6.
Bob,
foul play is suspected.
That stings like a piss when you have chlamydia. My God, get this guy a Z-Pack. Stuart Skinner, ooh, that hurts your hose, a.k.a. your wrench. Wrenchcroft's got to be choked right now. Look at Zadina come out of his own end here. Sees a play develop. Good wall work over here. Nice little battle. Gets it over to Sturm.
Wall work
creates
like
a 2-on-1. My God, wow.
That was great wall work like at the border of Mexico. But look at it.
Oh, my God.
The Sharks. Sharks are back, folks. The Sharks are officially back. I'm going to get so goddamn drunk tonight, folks.
That's got to be his first of the year, no, Zadina, right?
I'm going to wake up with
third?
my Uber driver tomorrow night. I might miss my flight tomorrow. It's at 1 p.m. Is that Zadina's first of the night?
They said, I think first of the night. I'm not sure on the year. Third of the year. Wrenchcroft is sweating bullets. Get this guy a towel, maybe a Scottsdale.
700 people in here, back for the third.
Hey,
you know what? This is a pretty loyal crowd for being a West Coast game.
Oh, they've been great.
This is insane.
Question's been great. It's been awesome.
This is good. Oh.
I don't know. I mean, you know what they say, the worst lead in hockey is 2, but if San Jose gets another one here, this game might be out of reach here, folks. Even though McDusty and Draisaitl have the ability to score probably 2 or 3 in a shift, I just don't know. Folks, if you're joining us or you're just back for the third period, 17-13 and counting here in the final frame, live from San Jose, California. Hyman kind of working his way. Ekholm's got to get going. He had one the other night. You'd like to see him get involved. Draisaitl gets it F3 high. Man, I don't know. It just seems like nothing's working.
Insane, dude. 3-1 San Jose. Like, Jesus Christ. Shout out to Eddie Belfour for the whiskey.
Eddie Belfour is getting Bob Gucci half lit tonight. That is half cocked over here Thursday night in Scottsdale.
Oh, shit.
It's stiff, eh?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Mike Stiffner. Like they're controlling the play when they have it in the ozone. They just don't really get it to the front of the cage.
Charlie Sheen right here.
Boys,
this is like
they're not even dominating right now.
No, I mean they're
not even like. Did you see that turnover?
Well, they just seem like they're just massaging on the outside. Like San Jose's 5 of dice playing really tight, compact defense, and Edmonton's kind of just
oh my God,
all around the outside.
David's gotten picked off twice this shift, ozone and D zone. This is I will say, like, this is the most mediocre I've seen these two guys look in probably
you like
4 years.
You like to think McDavid has an injury, though. No, he's still playing a little bit banged up because he just doesn't.
It would make sense. It would be an explanation as to why. But then I would be like, why are you playing through it at this time of the year?
Right. Well,
let those other guys get it done. And if it wasn't your year to make playoffs because you were banged up for the first half of the year, it wasn't your year. Your health is
your wealth. No. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like he kind of rushed back for that Heritage Classic and probably. And who are we sitting on the couch saying like if he's good to go or not? But I don't know. You like to think that.
Look at how wet he is. Look at his face.
He might be a little banged up. I don't know. And he's skating well though, right?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not wincing or making any faces like he is. So if he is, he's protecting it well. And I don't know. We don't usually speculate. You kind of if he's not producing at the rate that he once was, you kind of just assume,
right? Like
oh, something's not right.
In and around 2 points a game, almost. You know what I mean? It's crazy the numbers that he can put up when he's really feeling it. But
it's the most human he's looked at a long time.
Peter, live money line right now with ESPN Bet plus 360 for Edmonton. Would you sprinkle that as a gambling man?
No.
Listen,
I'm loyal to the oil, but tonight I don't think so, dude. I mean, they just don't have it. Like they're not getting to the middle of the ice. San Jose they're not. You know what they need? They need a power play.
And maybe get one, bang one home, maybe Hyman in front, get a greasy one, see something go in. Like Blackwood right now, I mean, he looks like fucking Tretiak back there.
He looks really good,
absolutely kicking with those pillows.
Like
those sleep number pillows.
Blood pressure has to be, yeah.
Somebody get a heart rate check on Jay Woodcroft. Oh my God, this guy might have a jammer on the fucking bench.
Like his heart rate is through the roof right now. Like I can't imagine what he's thinking.
Hurdle goes, wow, he goes laces behind the back. That's kind of dusty for a guy making 8 and a hook. But folks, back to the game. Nice little middle pop there by Addison. Kind of missed his mark, but it worked out.
So Swish, what do you do now? You're up 3-1. There's 15 minutes remaining. If you're the Sharks here, how do you play the game right now? How do you really kill the clock?
I mean, if you're San Jose, I don't think you really have any pressure. I mean, you're coming off your first win of the season. You feel good about this game so far. You know, you're not really there's nothing in the back of your head that's really pressure. I think Edmonton has all that on them. So I think if they can kind of just keep moving their boots like they are, it seems like their breakouts look pretty good and establish that ground game in the offensive zone. You stay with that and you just ride this game out, and your goalie is clearly making the first save. So if you can kind of get bodies and traffic out of his eyes, well, I think you can wrap this thing up.
How many times are they going to show that quote by McDavid? Like,
I don't know.
Enough. Like, we get it. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. That's going to be an ice here.
It's going to be an icing. And, I mean, if McDavid or Draisaitl are not on the ice right now, is there really any threat? I mean, that's kind of a chirp at their players, but in terms of their third line with RNH and Vander Kane, they have kind of looked a little like they have the Harry Potter cloak on. They're kind of walking around Hogwarts invisible right now. I mean, I don't know. There seems like there's no threat in that bottom six, and I don't know, man. It's not great in oil country right now at the Shark Tank.
Remember when the Oilers would come out and those two would dominate the game and they'd take over games and you'd be like, okay, this team is for real.
Right.
I haven't seen that one time this season.
No, in
a while. Even like this.
But the amount.
Oh my God, power play coming. But if they score on this power play, it's game over. And I'm leaving.
Have you?
No, I'm serious.
Have you seen
game over?
But have you seen like their forecheck all night? Like nobody's getting finished on San Jose. I mean, if you,
I think San Jose is going to score here.
I think they are too. But how easy is it for them to get out of their own end? I mean, it's the clean entries coming out of at least the last better part of the second period and the third here. It's been way too easy.
If you're Woodcroft, do you almost want them to score here, get on with it, and get fired, or no?
No, I think he looks like he's nervous.
I don't think he has any answer for them right now.
What bunch of people in the crowd with Gage earrings and I mean,
I agree with Biz.
Losing control of it right now.
Oh, it's spinning, boys. The tires ain't perfect over here in E-Town. If they get one here, I agree. I mean, it's fully over. That's game, set, match. How your nuke's doing? Well, we can go back there, Bob, and we can catch the highlights over here. Folks, if you're just tuning in, if you're with us, 14-17 left in the final frame. San Jose on the power play as Kalen Addison rounds his own net, grabs the puck, and is probably going to run the drop breakout like every goddamn team in the league.
They have Addison on the PP1 already.
You have to. You traded for him. You got to give the kid a fair shake. His agent was telling everyone that he's a first power play guy. Well, okay, kid. It does. 33 as a number, though. He looks like Victor Arvidsson as a defenseman. Jiminy. This is just a hodgepodge of a team, though. It's kind of just random.
Kind of crazy how quiet the building is, too. I mean, I get it. Like, it's not over yet, but for God's sake.
All these tech people taking Tylenol PM.
Oh, absolutely.
Already got it through.
Ekholm with an absolute howitzer over there on the left flank, right around the dot. Give the puck to Dookie. How is Dookie not on the drop breakout? He's your most dynamic guy on your team.
Yeah. Ekholm's actually going to be a good player. I just don't know how he's going to develop in that system right now, but he has all the tools. I mean, the guy can fucking skate. He's got size.
Oh, that was a bad play. Oh, no.
Nope.
No, he didn't really. Oh, wow, they called that. Okay, wow.
That's weak.
I don't know about that either. Blackwood right on top of outside the paint. Okay, well, Edmonton going to get a power play here in the next 28 seconds after a 4-on-4. It looked weak. Was that? I mean, it looked like he almost just wanted to call a penalty.
Where is it?
It's kind of right after the play here where it's not really involved. I mean,
that is
I didn't even see it.
That is DQ vanilla soft serve right there. Is that young player?
Eklund?
Yeah, Eklund.
3 pieces in.
Was he a high pick?
Yeah. I think he's a first rounder.
Okay.
He's fast. He got size, but like I didn't even see the call.
No, I mean, listen. You get to the power play here. You get one if you're Edmonton. You're right around the 10-minute marker. I mean, you're still in this game. I think anything can happen. It just doesn't really feel like they got that juju.
Dude, right? I mean, listen, it makes our job tough to comment on this shit when nothing's really happening. I mean, it's been slow as
like they need a little bit of
slow as hell.
They need to get that juju, that Juju Smith-Schuster going. I mean, it's
like Swish, this has happened to us multiple times where it kind of just comes to a standstill and we kind of just have to sit and wait and see what happens.
Yeah, because we like to commentate the game, obviously, and give the folks our expert opinion of, 4 games played. But anyways, back McDavid on the half wall fella.
I didn't really even notice McDavid like the whole game.
Yeah, a little bit on a couple of those rush plays in the first period earlier. He was really moving, but he hasn't had a whole lot of space and able to get free. That was a nice play. Oh, dude, Blackwood all over that though. He's kind of reading that like white on rice.
Oh no, they got theirs. Oh, no stick.
Who's down there? Is that Luki Kunin?
Yeah, they're gonna score. Oh, they got the stick back. Oh no, that was it.
Did you see Hyman?
That was it. You got it. Oh, great stick. Great stick.
Stick on puck. Did you see Hyman how he was sitting on the back door over there?
That game was getting a little boring there. It's kind of picking up here.
Boring. It's hard to talk about it when it's like this.
That's why you got to wait for the here.
Wow. Did you see how Hyman was sitting on the back door over there though? He was just like literally parked right on the post, and he wanted.
They do that all the time.
That's like the old Crosby play though. He kind of brought that to the league where it's like skate, stick, whatever it hits.
Popped out.
Yeah, because he's literally sitting right on the chin of that doorstep.
Yeah, honestly, my eyes felt like they were closing shut. Like, I can't imagine. Actually, I can't say that already. You're on a fucking.
This is awesome. Well, at least a little bit of action towards the end.
Little action Jackson here. Folks, now 11:26 on our ticker left in the third period. 41 seconds for the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. Leon Draisaitl leans in against Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle in the left dot. Edmonton desperately needs a goal here in the last 10, 11 minutes of the dying frame. Man, he's got to snap this back, and they got to get some sort of 1T or McDusty to Draisaitl. I don't know. I mean, Ferraro sending a 200.
Dude, this is hard to watch. Like, I can't imagine.
You just feel bad.
What do you think's going through Witt's head?
What do you think's going through Wrenchcroft's head? My God.
What about going through the whole Edmonton Oilers fan?
The faithful. Right now, right? I know.
You guys are diehard hockey fans. I mean, it's a Canadian franchise, and you're down 3-1 to San Jose.
Yeah, it's not perfect out there, Bob.
Would it be far-fetched to say that the playoffs are actually out of reach?
Well, I think you got to listen. I think what Biz said earlier on the call was very, reasonable. I think you got to give this thing 3-4 more games. I think you got to get in and around American Thanksgiving, which is the 23rd of November, and really see where you're at. And then I think it's full panic. Like if they lose the next 2 of 4 or 3 of 4, like, yeah, you got to make a bench boss change. And then from there, it's all on the players. But really, what's going to change there? I mean, they have a goalie that's in the minors now that's trying to find his game. Stuart Skinner, Leonard Skinner, is he really the answer? And then you need scoring from your top guys, and then your defense has to be good. I don't know, Rob. There's a lot of question marks with this team that, has Stanley Cup aspirations.
Which is a guy that played in the league. Would this be out of pocket? When I watched this game, one thing I observed is how guys change on and off the ice. Everything looks lackadaisical. Even when they're changing, it's slow as hell.
I just think when you're out of sync like that, it's like,
it looks like beer league changes. Like, I'm not saying guys have to fucking hop over the bench like so fast, but just watching them get. Do you see the line change?
Yeah, I think
they don't care. And listen, I'm a guy on the couch wearing shorts with a suit top, but at the end of the day, you have to show some sort of fucking heart.
Right, yeah. I just think when you're that sympathy, or your orchestra or whatever it is, your band is on par and your team's going, like, what's going to happen. You're changing hard because you want that next guy out there. I just think when you have that bad vibe or you're trying to get over something, man, like everything just drags.
Seems like everyone's sick of it.
It's just like, fuck, when is this going to end? But who's going to end it? Can McDavid go out there and score 4 goals next shift? I mean, that's kind of what they're kind of looking for or waiting for to happen. I don't know. I mean, I'm watching this third period and we're picking these guys apart, but like they're not even
third period. I'm drunk as hell.
They're not even forechecking. Like they're not hitting anybody. They're not playing like desperate hockey like they should be.
There's just no push.
There's no push. There's no fuck you. It's like, go in there, hit somebody.
I think they're just gripping it too tight, and
they're out there.
Something's busted.
They're like scared to lose right now. It's like, boys, like I know it's easier said than done. Where guys sitting on the couch, but show me something. Go out there and hit somebody, dump it in and go find it. Get first on the puck. And right now it's just like they're just waiting to lose. They'll get back in the locker room. They'll answer the same goddamn questions they have been all week. And then what's going to change? Because right now nothing is.
No, it's like a $60 lap dance. Show me something.
Yeah.
Show me something at least. Don't send me home on the bus with my tail between my legs.
Yeah, and it's kind of similar to
rub me over the pant.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, you see what's happening. You see just the total disconnect from the coaching staff or the players or just guy by guy. Biz, you've played on teams, I'm sure, that they've had coaching changes. Sometimes you just need a change of voice. And we're not saying this guy should be fired. But if this goes on for 2, 3, 4 more games, I mean, what the fuck do you do besides that? You can't fire every goddamn player on the team. You can't fire every player. Like, the easiest move is the coach.
I think that what a lot of people are trying to say is it's Holland's fault just as much as anybody's.
Kenny Furta.
Like, I think the easiest change is coach.
Right.
That's
get rid of every player.
That's Holland's last bullet in the chamber, though. That's his last bullet. That doesn't work, and they don't make playoffs this year. Or they don't even make it out of the second round.
Right.
I think he's gone.
Right. And that's Kenny, who is a guy that's won in Detroit a bunch. And yeah, you can only press so many buttons.
I heard something interesting from Chelly. And before, when Kellen Holland was still in Detroit, Stevie Y was trying to kind of be in management. Ken wouldn't listen to him. He didn't listen to his opinion, and that's what kind of drove him to go to Tampa and
really
be like, I want an opinion. I think I can do this.
Yeah.
And he went and learned in Tampa, studied it, and learned how to be obviously a good GM. And now he's fucking running Detroit. He knows it inside out, and he's a fucking competitive motherfucker.
He is. Do you think he actually waxed the bong?
No.
But why was he just, those questions were so funny when you were asking if he's lighting up. Was he just, you caught him so far off guard, you think? It was just like,
yeah.
So
I don't think he knew what I was asking.
Yeah, that was so funny.
And at this point, do you consider bringing in a guy like
Bill Peters? LA.
Bill Peters. The thing about LA, Biz, though, like, I think they're a great team. I think they play a great system for what Todd McClellan preaches. But like, how boring is that 1-3-1? It's a little boring, no?
Yeah.
But it works.
But they haven't been that boring this year. They've
been
scoring.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think
there's way more boring teams to bitch about than a 1-3-1 forecheck.
That's fair.
They're putting the puck in the back of the net.
They are putting in the cage, decent power play. What do we got
here? What's LA as far as goals for?
Oh my god!
I mean, they had
holy shit. Yeah,
they had 4 last night.
Yeah, I think they're probably
3 tonight.
Probably hovering right around that 3 to 4 range. Somewhere in there. I mean, they're in the top half of the league. Is that what you're asking?
I bet you, is LA top 10 in goal scoring, guys?
Statistically, someone in the chat, tell us if LA's top. Dude, I love their team, man. I love their fucking team.
They have great forwards.
I love their team.
And Doughty's playing like it's 2008 again. He must be going to the North End and Hermosa Beach over there and just slugging back the
snapping
beers.
Around with Jeff Carter, Brad Richardson. Shout out to the fellows over there on
Manhattan
Beach.
What's the chat saying?
They said yes, they are top 10 in scoring.
Top 10 in scoring. Folks, get at us in the chat. Ask us any questions if you have anything for Biz, Heater, or myself. Folks, we have 950
Everyone's just
left.
like, Edmonton a disgrace. Edmonton suck. I think we have a lot of Edmonton people in here just because we're up
Right.
late.
Fuck.
Mike Richards kind of night. Yeah, I mean.
Get at us here, chat. Ask us some questions. Ask Biz anything. Ask the Heat Daddy, myself. Folks, we have 950 left in the dying frame. Edmonton heading to the penalty box. San Jose going back on the power play.
Absolutely remarkable that we have a solid more than 700 people in here. We appreciate the hell out of that, especially in Mountain Standard Time. This has been incredible. I can't even keep up with the chat right now. It's just the same thing. What can Edmonton do?
Yeah, I got one. I got one. Yeah, favorite teammate. What else? Favorite
thoughts on the Jets after today's win? If Slavkovsky, a Yakupov pick, absolutely.
That's too tough. It's too early to say. He's only 2 years into his young career, a year and a half. I don't think that's fair yet. Yes, it might be trending that way, but you never know. Some of these guys can just, figure it out and go from there. March 31st, 2017, where were you? Well, I was probably drunk. I don't know where I was, but there's a good chance I was probably drinking.
2017?
2017.
You know what's crazy?
That's like 3,000 beers ago, maybe more.
That's a long time ago.
That's a lot of beers ago. If San Jose scores here, boys, that's the nail in the goddamn coffin. I think that's not a hot take. I think that's just reality. Galen Addison getting another look on the first power play here.
Can't even keep up with the chat right now.
Young kid that came over from Minnesota, Brandon, Manitoba. Shout out to Houston's. What a bar that is off of Highway 1.
Houston's a restaurant?
Yeah, it's a different one, though. This is just a place where people get stabbed and just hammer Jaeger all day long.
Where's the worst place you guys ever played, or can you not answer that?
Worst place I've ever played?
Yeah. Like your whole career? Or
like you just not play anywhere bad? On the road or just like...
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
Man, I mean... Biz played, way more NHL games than me, but he also spent some time in the ECHL, the easy come, hard to leave. So I'm sure he has some other places that are worse than mine, but I would say for me, it would be a spot like Bingo, some of these upstate New York places.
Binghamton.
I mean, they're not bad, but they're not perfect. It's the jungle, baby. You got to get yourself out of it. So somewhere maybe up there, I don't know. Yeah, not terrible. You could spend some time there as a young kid, but yeah, you're not exactly National League standards. I mean, I played in Sioux City, Iowa. My billet house had snakes in it every other day. So shout out to that. That was probably the worst place I played.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Oh
my Soak City, Utah.
Getting down the block to shove with 8 minutes remaining. San Jose power play. You know what, man? I didn't see this unfolding this way.
Yeah, we got about 8 minutes left and counting. Kyle Burrows is a kid that I actually spent a little bit of time with in the New York Islanders system.
Any relation to Alex?
No relation to Alex. I'm not sure how he's on a power play. That's no disrespect to Kyle. He's actually a pretty tough kid. Good dude.
So in the chat said biggest sleeper American city. So basically, what's the most underrated American city in the NHL to visit?
Sleepy Joe. American city, I mean, it's not like it's like a sleeper, but I think it doesn't get talked about enough is probably a city like Nashville. I mean, I think it gets overlooked in terms of just a lot of bigger markets, but if you're going into the city on the road and you're going into Nashville just like the Coyotes are, spending 3 or 4 days there, I mean, fella, tearing up Broadway. I mean,
oh yeah, Nashville. That was my favorite road too.
How good is that?
Oh, yeah, that was my favorite road too.
Country music,
because everybody would go out, even the older guys. It was a good bar town, and it wasn't even as commercialized as it is now. Like back then, it was perfect. It's like a little too crazy now, but
you're right. Especially when you were going in there, like
it was perfect.
I mean, it was a little legitimately like the honky tonks, buckets of beers. Now it's a little bit more,
too commercialized.
Exactly. They've kind of got that influence from bigger
cities. It's still fun.
It's a great city. Kid Rock, Top Deck, fella.
Shout out to Kid Rock, friend of the show. Not really.
Kid Rock. Chelly was on the other night, eh? He's a baby.
Oh, he's awesome.
Is he going to be working with you guys a little bit more?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. If he can't tone it, tan it. That guy's jacked, too. What's he doing for his workouts? Because he's probably having 30 beers a day.
No, I don't know if he drinks. Yeah, maybe not as much as that.
But he keeps it tight. Is he?
Oh, he runs a tight ship, yeah.
Living in Chicago now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Here.
Yeah, as you should be, dude. I don't know how.
I might take a nap. Ask the chat if it's okay if I take a nap.
Yeah, Biz might go for a little bit.
Listen with my ears. I just need to close my eyes.
We can get you the Normatex on too, in case you got to get the legs going or whatever you need. We can call over an Asian massage.
People understand though the travel, like not trying to kiss Biz's ass here. This is just facts.
You won't do it for the chat.
Going from
you won't kiss my ass.
Someone screenshot.
Right up the goddamn hoop, folks.
Like going from Atlanta, like the East Coast to West Coast, like during Christmas, I need like 2 days to recover. Like you're 3-3.
Well, that's because you're fucking drinking 18 martinis in fucking first class.
And having his Belfort, that is true, dude. I do like my martinis. Shout out to Delta.
You like your fucking espresso martinis more than anyone on the planet. Yeah, that's all you tweet about.
Yeah,
you love it. And then you put. Why do you put your fingers in them? What does that mean?
I don't know. You wanted the real answer to this? One night, I was looking at my drink and I said, I love drinking. I love talking about titties. I just want to get in my drink. I just want to live in there. And I put my hand in it. Yeah. It wasn't even me. Someone else.
I love it. I think it's a classy move.
Everyone hates it.
Tap it in, fella.
Family, my mom.
Oh, here we go.
You know what? I could use maybe just an Irish coffee, just a nightcap, you know?
Maybe go for one. Look at a drink and I just say, I just want to get in there.
Yeah, you want to tap in.
I want to live in there.
Yeah, you want to get in there.
That's when it all started.
Oh.
Someone just said Junior Flyers. But anyway, yeah, that's how it started. And yeah, dude, I love espresso martini. Dude, I'm fucking tired. I can't imagine what you're going through.
Oh, you're fine. You guys keep doing your thing.
Yeah, we're battling here, folks. We got about 5 minutes to play left in the third period. Stay with us. Stay clean. Stay sexy.
Boring fucking game, man.
Been a tough third.
Come on.
The third has sucked.
Peter
picked up a little bit, and I sat here and I said the third's going to be electric. It's going to be fun, and it was the complete opposite. I mean, that's what happens when you rely on a city like San Jose. It's not fun. And you end up waking up in a bed with your Uber driver, and he's a guy.
He's a dude, and he's touching your wrench. And all of a sudden, he's tugging you off with his left hand.
And, that takes a toll.
Ask Biz if he thinks the Leafs take the W tomorrow against the Calgary Flames. The George W. Biz, what do you think there? We got Pinto Parlay in here. Shane Pinto. The oil need me. That's hilarious.
Shane Pinto is in the chat here tonight, folks. This is our actually switch. This is actually a great screenshot. People are watching us with the game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Let me see.
We love you guys.
Unreal. So sick. That's so nails.
Oh, that's nails. Yes. Can you retweet that?
Yeah, I will. Hey, thank you for everyone.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
I mean, it's 11 o'clock.
He's going to whip out his clock if you others come back. He said that.
We're talking.
Like Twitch in high school, you'll find out in about.
If Oilers win in regulation, you have to show your dick to the chat.
All right, handshake deal. All right.
Shotgun a beer. I don't have any beers here. I would take a slug of a little bit of whiskey, folks. I think we're going to go for an Irish coffee after this.
I'll go for one, right? I mean, I have a flight tomorrow. I want to be a little bit pickled on it.
Show up a little pickied.
If Edmonton, I really don't want Edmonton coming back because I have to put my horn on the chat. And,
your Christian Yellowhorn, all in. Good player out of the Western Hockey League years back.
Get down and block shots.
5:30 to play and counting.
Oh my
Bob,
God, now I'm actually nervous.
We have a little bit of a game. You know, Edmonton is going to make a last push. I mean, that's fucking for the obvious here. We got Connor McDavid. He's probably going to play the last 3 minutes, I would say, 3 and change of the 5 minutes, unless San Jose, of course, scores. But we'll see what they can do.
Shout out to T Spence. Thanks for the stream, boys. Always enjoy these. Thank you. Somebody said, Rob, did you wheel any bras in Grand Forks? Nope. I was dry heaving until 3 a.m. And
what a shift that was, man. I lost my voice for 2 weeks after that. It was insane. Evan Bouchard intercepts a pass in his own end, circles back to his own dot. Connor McDavid gets the puck, crosses the blue line, taking it over. Jan Ruda pulls back to Ekholm, who throws a little bit of chin music right around the net. Surprising more guys don't get hit in the face like around the net on just a high shot from the point. Anyways, back to you, Kenny. Oh,
check. Someone said my mic's not plugged in. Still 700 people in here. Hell yeah.
Oh no, don't take a stupid penalty, bud.
No. Can't believe Granlund.
Interference, call it.
That was a nice play. Oh my God, Zetterlund.
No, that's good.
Dookie's playing like he needs
He's pausing.
Dookie wants 5x5.
No, because he knows there's scouts watching. He's like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Oh yeah,
Dookie. Oh fuck.
Dookie's one of those guys that's been a suitcase, but he's better than he should have a
he should be a piece for somebody.
Yeah, he's like a good player, man, and like just a good dude too.
Quick story about Duclair. So this is a long time ago, but some guy ripped my sleeve off in the bar. Like, he tried to fight me.
That's a penalty.
Bouchard's going at Cunnin, former Minnesota Wild.
long shift for the Edmonton Oilers. They had a lot of pressure in the offense.
She's been announcing this game the whole time.
Yeah, I think so.
Who is that? She up? Everyone says there's no sound from my mic. Classic.
Did you get to meet Johnny Football at the Yotes game the other night? Bob Gucci. I don't think you did.
I've met him before that. But
good dude.
We're actually going on the glass. Me and Jay Swiss. The Yotes are miking us up on the glass November 20th. Confirmed. Everyone's like sound whatever.
I know. I don't know why.
How about Edmonton having 35 shots? Like they're still
look at the shots. 34 to 18.
San Jose might be a wagon.
San Jose might be a wagon. They're going to be. I mean, they're definitely going out tonight, Rob. They're going.
Randy, I don't know if the liquor's talking, but San Jose might be a wagon here.
Tweet that. San Jose is a sneaky wagon. After losing, getting a 9 and a 10 spot put up on them, San Jose is a sneaky wagon.
Oh, fuck. We have an echo here.
Robbie messed up with the mic settings. Hey, we're trying our best over here, man.
We're getting it. We're trying. I think for the most part, though, it's been good. No?
Yeah, no, I think it's been good. Folks, get at us with a couple more questions. We got about 3 and change playing here, so ask us whatever.
Buddy played Tier Junior. Yeah, I never played anywhere good. I've always said that before. I just love hockey, and I wanted to play as long as I could.
We both said we're not any good.
Like, what the fuck is like? Buddy played Tier 3 Junior. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, what, is that an insult? I know that. Yeah.
Still nasty.
Yeah. That's always like, yeah, it's funny. 2:55 here and counting. The Edmonton Oilers in the dying minutes of this game. How's that Belfour hitting?
It's crazy.
Different than a fucking.
My Duclair story. I gotta save it for next time. I'm actually pretty drunk, boys. I'm not gonna lie here. I'm a little bit drunk, and
yeah, you're half lit. We've had a couple of Chardonnays, so what of it?
I mean, this game has been boring as fucking hell.
Yeah, we got 6 on 5 here though, Rob, and they're just gonna go Chris Kyle. Oh! Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Folks, any league they say that's in the goal.
Are the Oilers back? This is insane.
The Oilers might be back. Did the Desert Dogs win tonight? Does anyone know? I want to check that.
I'll look it up.
Nuge got it.
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
Took the penalty. Buried.
St. Louis.
2-1.
St. Louis, yeah, they won. Wow. 2-1. Tuna absolutely went full criminal mode tonight. Did anyone in the chat, did you see Liam O'Brien? Why did he chase? He went full Dave Killer Carlson on a slap shot and chased Sammy Blais around the neutral zone. Stick down, gloves off, challenged the Chiefs, called us names. But what happened there? Anyone in the chat chime in? We didn't get to see that whole play. I just saw a highlight of Spicy Tuna O'Brien just chasing Blah around the neutral zone. What happened there?
I'm a little nervous for Edmonton to come back here.
I think they're going to tie it up.
I think this kind of smells like OT. Smells like a Jersey Mike subs and OT. Dreisaitl's got one. Oh my God. What do they call? Tripping? 6 on 4.
How do you take a trip right after you give up a goal? Off the face off? Oh my God.
Yeah, I was wondering Blues Buzz blog fella. Yeah, it looked like Blade just kind of threw like a soft check, and Spicy Tuna went just full laundry shedded. I kind of love that, honestly. Still has the black eye, throwing both ways. Had a nice little article on him.
All right, Biz, I think you might be right here. I mean, Oilers have a power play, 2 and a hook left. And,
2 and a hook.
It's a 3-2 game. I have people
chat, what do we
in the chat for some reason.
Chat, what do we think? Yeah, let's be nice in here, guys. We're all friends. Let's see what do we think here? Can Edmonton tie this thing up?
I don't know what's going on with this Neeks guy in the chat. That's weird. I don't know. I can't resonate with being that mad.
People were chirping me earlier. I was like, buddy,
it doesn't matter. We're having a time of our life.
Yeah, just relax. We're trying to be nice over here. We're all friends.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Luke,
here we go.
So, Bob, I mean, obviously they need one here. What do you think a team Like, what's Wrenchcroft thinking right here? Is like, do I trust my power play enough to make this just a 5-on-4, or do we pull the netminder and Leonard Skinner and make this a 6-on-4? Yet that neglects the icing, and they could send it 200 feet down and get that easier empty netter. Would you have McDavid? Do you have Draisaitl? Do you trust the 5-on-4? Do you add the other body?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pulling the goalie right now.
I agree.
Don't play it safe. You never win playing it safe. Scared money, as the great YG once said,
right.
Scared money makes no money.
Right. As the late Johnny Chan once said,
I like this call. I think you play. You still have your timeout, right?
Yeah, you still have your timeout.
You still have your timeout. You go down to around the minute mark, even if it's 45 seconds. You call your timeout, and then you get the goalie out. Well, they did it now.
Okay, so you like it right around.
Now they got.
What about now?
Well, you had to let your top PP cook. It's such a good power play without giving the risk of if you turn it over, they could just fire it down on the game.
Yeah, I agree.
You have possession, you don't need to.
Oh my sauce! What a stick there by the.
Earl's been so good tonight.
He's been really good. I just don't know why does he wrap it behind the. Why does he wrap it behind the legs? I guess whatever works when you're making 8 and a hook. But so we have a minute 16 left. Goalie's out.
Came to life. This game.
Do you need to use your? Okay, they're using their.
Yeah, that's the time to do it.
Glenn Gutson, former Calgary Flame coach, is lining up the boys with a little bit of a, setting them up. Like, hey, I don't know if you're telling McDavid much, but maybe a little bit.
Exactly the scenario I was playing out in my head of where you wanted the goalie out and at least an ozone draw.
Right.
So now you get fresh first unit. Now 6-on-4.
6-on-4
for a solid minute.
Full minute.
You have your big boys out there. You have Hyman, RNH, Bouchard, Vander Kane, McDavid, and Leon for your 6. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know. Are they going to tie this thing up? I mean, who are we to say sitting on a goddamn couch half lit?
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
I really hope they don't.
Are you grinding?
Yeah, I'm halfway in the bag. By this point, I'm not going to be able to drive home tonight. So I don't know what to do. Maybe go to Culinary Dropout and have a couple.
Yeah, we could slide over there.
I don't care. You're good there. Culinary Dropout here.
Oh, it's awesome.
Great place. A lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of trim.
David sends it to Nugent Hopkins at the point here.
Oh, Bushy.
Oh, my God.
Massage on the rock. Bouchard is up top. Takes it over the Jersey Mike sign. Oh, McDavid. What did that hit? Did that hit him square there? Or was that a little deflection in front with Hyman or defenseman? I couldn't really tell. Hat is on backwards, fella. Chin is tucked. Always tuck your chin. Rule number 1042.
He is so nervous.
Woodcroft is put on
my driving test.
He looks like he's put on about 7 pounds.
I was drunk as hell during my driving test. 16 years old, trying to power up park with 8 Jaeger bombs in me. Thanks, Grandpa. As Nugent Hopkins sends it to Bouchard.
They couldn't get it in or out. Sorry.
Bushy. Low and slow over there, fella. Tee it up. Oh, my God.
Oh,
great
no.
Save.
Oh, my God.
It was a great save. Wow, he stretched out for that one, too. Trusted his pod.
Wrenchcraft is literally
oh, my. Here's the Harlem Globetrotters here. What a stick by 72 for a young fella. Know your outlet here. Oh, eat it.
I get third man in now.
Oh, my God. They're playing rugby on the low wall. Bouchard, do not trigger that.
Oh, my God. Great.
What a soak.
Dude,
this guy's
falling out.
Shout out to 72. Oh, my God.
They got the guy back. Oh, my God. Eat it on the wall. Just eat it. Oh, wow.
Game, set, match.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Holy jumping. Edmund, yeah. Holy Wrenchcraft. Yeah, I don't know if they're staying at the Fairmont tonight in Man Jose because that's usually where the teams stay, but I have no idea what you do from here. Closed door meeting's not going to work. I don't know if you can go to McDusty's hot tub and have a couple. Folks, I don't know what you do from here if you're the Edmonton Oilers. Folks, before we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for asking predominantly nice questions.
What a crazy ending. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God. Yeah. This is fucked.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in here. Thank you so much. The chat has actually been going so crazy that I can't keep up.
It's absolutely been buzzing like Jake Muzzin.
It's still buzzing. Like this is insane.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for obviously tuning in. I try to bring the steam. Heat Daddy does too. Biz, great job. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, brother. I don't think people really realize him stopping by with the travel, doing a 3-and-3 into the wee hours of the night with TNT. He actually fucking recorded a pod before this too. So this guy is the best in the
Devin
business.
Levi, awesome guy. He's hilarious.
He's the best in the business for a reason. He's a fucking workhorse. So a guy that I truly look up to. So does Bob Gucci. So folks, thank you for tuning in. That was Hockey Night in Scottsdale, live from the couch. Thursday night action. I think me and Bob Gucci might go have a couple right now because he cannot drive. He has been drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking. All right, everybody. Thank you. Everybody that's commenting, good night. Everyone's saying thanks, Biz. Thanks, Biz. Best in the business. Bissonnette. We'll run. Someone says run back. Shut up. The league. It's all fun and games. All right, everybody. Good night from Scottsdale. That was Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Thanks for staying up on the West Coast with us.